Streaming on YouTube is kind of like when you're
Ass?
drinking from a glass and it's just the ice left and there's a little bit of drink left, and so you tilt it and tilt it and tilt it, and then all of a sudden, avalanche.
Yeah.
That's kind of
And you swallow
what
a whole
streaming is
cube by
like.
accident and you feel like shit.
Yeah,
Goes
that's
down
streaming
into
on
your
YouTube.
lungs, then you die
All of a sudden,
because...
boom, 3 streams.
I
You
don't think
could
I've ever swallowed an entire ice cube by accident.
What if an ice cube went into your lungs? Would you just straight up die?
How would it go into your lungs?
You got this hole in your throat
Yeah.
that leads to your lungs.
That's the one.
Humans have an incredible one-pipe design, and sometimes it could cause some issues.
Shut up, Rag. It's perfect.
Okay.
It's perfect here.
There's literally nothing that can go wrong with any of the pieces of design about the human body. I like that if evolution was a person, you'd be like, you did okay, but...
You did
You
fine,
know.
I guess. I mean, it works. It works, but
And
I
he's
feel
like, look
we
at all
could
the
have
other stuff. You guys are lucky. You're like, well, can't fly, but okay. I've had people say this has changed their mind on TLJ. They've gone from thinking it's a bad movie to thinking this movie's not so bad actually with this video.
You know, we have large dogs flying spaceships. You know, you describe it and people will say, oh dear.
You gotta love that George Lucas himself is even like, yeah, when you try to explain it to people, it sounds a little weird.
Yeah, but that's a lot of things, though. If you try to explain a lot of things in their most crass and vulgar way, they'll sound ridiculous, and then
Yeah, I mean,
the finalized product is just fine, and everyone loves it.
Lord of the Rings, 4 small people, a elf, a dwarf who's also small but not quite as small.
Wait, you gotta... When you say elf, you have to like... You can't even say that. You have to be like a man who's tall and doesn't
has
weigh
pointed
much.
ears. Yeah, he doesn't weigh
Yeah,
much.
the story of 4 midgets as they attempt to destroy the favorite piece of jewelry of a ghostly demon lord.
And if the giant fiery eyeball on top of the tower gets the ring back, then bad things will happen to the world.
This goes for basically anything. You could, like, isn't there accounts and things about like shitty plot summaries and stuff like that?
I think so,
where,
yeah, you can get some really fun ones because you're like, oh shit, that's describing this film because you did quite realize.
Batman, a man dressed as a giant leather bat goes around punching people. Also, he's really rich.
How many times does this happen? Instead of defending The Last Jedi, let's attack something else? If the best that you can do, the best that you can do is to say, oh yeah, well, the other stuff was bad too. And I'm like, okay, but we're talking about The Last Jedi.
Especially since the fan image of the originals has gotten so distorted that The Last Jedi ended up being heavily criticized for doing the very things those movies did. In fact, I would take it a step further and say that if The Empire Strikes Back had somehow only been released today to this fan base, they would probably tear it apart.
Shit argument again.
So who's the first? I think it was Ryan Johnson that first I heard this argument from, that if Empire was released today, everyone in the fan base would like rip it to shreds.
Of course Ryan Johnson would say that.
So I guess first thing would be, yes, there would be people who don't like it, naturally, because there is no film that everyone likes. Secondly, like, would it be as divisive as The Last Jedi? It's like, you'd have to tell me how, why. You have to have arguments here. You can't just say that would be the case.
Oh yeah, well back then they would have said these. It's like, well, apparently they didn't. And we certainly don't say them now. So why even bother? Who are these people? I've never met them. I would love to.
But if there was a guy who made the video, because YouTube's 80s or whatever the hell was up then, we may cover that video on EFAP. You know, be like, let's see the problems with the OT. Didn't Remarkable Republican have issues with the OT? That's what his video was.
Yeah.
It was
he had issues. Yeah.
This is the thing.
Too many gay butlers.
Well, and Leia is only best friend hot. You know, a fair point. A fair point indeed. So
best friend hot.
Only best friend hot.
It's amazing. I love that so much.
That's retarded.
Luke looked too much like a lesbian. But this is the thing, like, just because those arguments are made doesn't then mean, aha, we've got people making it for the OT and TLJ. It's just the same, really. Like, no, that's not how it works. Just because there's always going to be somebody, you gotta, like, check out these arguments.
If you look hard enough, you'll find people who hate anything for the weirdest reasons you could imagine.
By the end of Return of the Jedi, the Emperor is shooting lightning out of his hands.
Doesn't matter.
Well, again, yeah, that doesn't contradict anything, and he's super powerful. Like I don't know maybe Vader could do it, but the idea that if he fires electric from his wired-up suit, it could be a bad day for him, especially considering that's how he dies. But you know what I mean, like.
I know he's trying to. Why he's doing this? It's just to defend the Luke apparition at the end and Leia's flying through space thing. But he fundamentally doesn't understand what the actual issues with those things are.
Only man to vote for Jeb found at last. I'm not political, the anonymous man claims. I felt sorry for the guy. After 3 years of extensive research, a lone person who supported the presidential bid of John Ellis... Wait, is that why he's called Jeb? Is it John Ellis Bush? Is that actually why he's called? I just thought his name was Jeb.
I thought his name was just Jeb because he's from Texas, and that sounds like something they do.
Did they honestly? Why would you call him Jeb instead of John? Is that true?
Oh my god!
John is a way better name than Jeb.
Okay. I'm gonna Google this.
We need to know the truth.
And I swear to God.
Oh, you think you're gonna Google it and just be a fucking expert?
Bush. John Ellis Jeb Bush.
Oh my god!
I had no idea.
I thought his name was Jeb.
I thought his name, yeah. Jeb is not.
Oh my god, guys!
Clancy.
It actually makes not that much sense, but slightly more sense why his slogan was Jeb with an exclamation point. Because it stands for John Ellis Bush.
That's terrible.
But everyone says Jeb Bush, which it doesn't make sense because the B in Jeb is Bush. So everyone's saying
John Ellis Bush Bush.
John Ellis Bush Bush.
I thought John Ellis Bush Bush.
John Ellis Bush Bush. I kind of want to start calling him Bush Bush now.
I thought, honestly, this whole time I was under the impression that his parents had cruelly named him Jeb.
I did too. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I don't understand.
I have no idea.
Oh my god, it's not that they cruelly named him Jeb, it's that he incompetently calls himself Jeb.
Calls himself Jeb.
Can you imagine they had a board meeting and they concluded that was the best way to market?
Oh my goodness. And you shall be Jeb.
How is it that we're finding out about this now? Like,
well, I just assumed that it wasn't like an unreasonable name.
do you think his parents
They would have
actually...
called him Jeb.
Oh, that's
Like,
terrible.
It's like, oh, that's our Jeb. That's our little Jeb growing up on the ranch.
What you don't have to answer these questions. I just find it funny. What would your name be if it was just the initials of your name? Mine's the best.
It
I
wouldn't
think.
make sense.
Mine would
Yeah,
be...
it wouldn't make any sense.
Mine would be Cunty.
Oh my god.
And for those who are like, what the fuck do you mean? My initials would be CNTE, so Cunty. Can either of you one up me, or have I got the winning vote there?
No, mine is unpronounceable.
Same with mine.
Well, I'll take the victory on that. I'm fine with it. That's what I'll run on.
You definitely win.
President Cunty.
President Cunty. At least I'll say it to your face.
For example, we don't know if this is true yet, but Force Heal? Like, whoa. Do you know what you'll do if you introduce Force Heal? Like, can you just say that that's a thing they can do in the mainline movies? Like, we're gonna have some questions for other portions of the films. The first one I have on top of my head is just Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Like, Qui-Gon's dying, and he's like, if only you'd learned Force Heal.
Yeah, it's like, it just seems to me that this would be almost at the top of the list for something that everybody would learn all the time. It was
Hell yeah.
Like, how could you abuse Force Heal? Could Anakin have foreseeably, they just like put his like severed arm back to the stump and like Force healed it back?
He could have just healed Padme when she had her kid.
It doesn't matter that Luke can jump 20 feet in the air. That ability is never important to the story.
What? It's literally very important. It saves him from being carbonite frozen.
Maybe that he could have just
would have changed the entire movie.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it would have just been replaced with him jumping out less, I guess, spectacularly. Like as he jumped, he lifted himself up and landed on the platform right across from Vader, or But at that point, it's just details of accomplishing the same thing. As long as he gets out of the carbonite chamber, essentially, is what's important.
And again, couldn't you just do this jump by force pushing down while jumping?
Yeah.
You could even do like the hold down force push from like the Force Unleashed.
The ability
Okay.
only has meaning in the
Maybe.
context of Luke's character arc.
It was important. That's all
If it wasn't important, then he would have stayed and got frozen in carbonite, and then
everything
the rest
changes.
of this movie.
Like,
yeah,
everything. I think he's trying to say that this is one of what could have been many different powers provided to him by the plot in order to escape this moment. By like force related, I guess. But I still don't know that I would refer to that as arbitrary. Like, this power works with what we understand, and it does function as a way to escape this particular moment.
If the room had been different, maybe Luke could have used super speed instead.
Super speed's dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's stupid.
I mean the super speed could have been used. Someone in the chat even mentioned like they could have been used so that Obi-Wan could have caught up with Darth Maul way faster.
Yeah.
The literal form...
Dude, there's so many things. Kiadi-Mundi, when he's killed on the bridge, if only he'd just super speeded away.
If only Aayla Secura super speeded away. If only any of the 4 Jedi Masters that went to go arrest Palpatine super speeded away.
It's like, let's not. It's seriously, from the writer's room, if someone said it, I'd be like, just stop. Just stop. We're not doing super speed. We need them to make sense, otherwise the stakes, or what like sacrifice characters make, start to become really embarrassing. Like I said, you can retroactively destroy things, like Obi-Wan's fight with Darth Maul. Like, the more force powers you add, the more we're like, wait, why did they use that in that fight? It's like, shh. Doesn't matter. It's fine.
Not many people had that big of an issue with Kylo freezing a laser bolt in midair.
Yeah.
Which was new. It was really flashy, but it's an extension, right? You could probably hold energy in place with the Force if it's telekinesis. It just requires a lot of focus. And what I got from that moment was, holy shit, this guy knows his stuff. If he's able to do that.
And then it's contradicted later when it turns out he's a pussy.
Every game analysis video essay. That's what this is called. Alright, enjoy.
Jumping is a core part of video games, from Super Mario to Super Mario 3. It allows the player to move upwards, forwards, upwards, and forwards. But what makes a jump feel good in new and exciting ways? I'm Tom O'Regan, this is Game Players University, and let's jump into it.
Oh my god, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right.
It's got all the amount of pretension that one of these video essays should have.
It's a Mark Brown video, like through and through. It's perfect.
First game featured the jump
goodness.
mechanic
What was that?
1988's Super Mario Bros. 2, directed by Kensuke Tanabe. And while it's easy to think of the Italian plumber as the grandfather of jumping,
The
things are
grandfather
actually
of jumping.
a little more complicated. But how does this jumping work, and what new opportunities did it allow for? Let's jump into it.
It goes to black again.
The mechanic works like this. The player, that's you, would press the B button to gain altitude, or pair that with the left or right buttons on the D-pad or directional pad to perform a lateral movement. In retrospect, this might seem shockingly simple, but back in 1786, gamers had never seen anything like it. So how did this simple yet revolutionary new idea change the gaming landscape as we know it? Well, let's
Shit that
jump
has nothing to do with
into it.
anything.
Keep saying, let's
fade to
jump
black
into
again.
it.
Third fade.
Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung once said,
31
nothing
AD.
has a stronger influence, psychologically, on their environment, and especially on their children, than the unlived life of the parent. Now, you might be wondering what this has to do with jumping
Fucking
in
Bubsy
video
3D.
games. With jumping having now fully hit the mainstream, developers all over the world are putting their own unique spin on this brave new mechanic. Now you can jump off walls, jump on your hat, sometimes even jump and then jump again. What exciting new territory will these developments uncover? Only time will tell.
Aim for the bushes.
Hey, thanks for watching. Game Players University is funded in part by Patreon, where I earn $26,000 a month sometimes. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, or even consider donating. Leave a comment in the description letting me know your favorite jump, and check out my
Your
previous
favorite
video
jump.
on how level 1-1 teaches you how to play.
I like to
That's very
think he
good.
may have seen Godelb. No idea, but that was wonderful.
That was perfect. I loved it.
The 900-year-old puppet can come back as a blue ghost, but shooting a lightning bolt is blasphemy.
Yes,
Yes.
because it breaks a lot.
Insanely different things. Those are two in. How stupid are you that you think that these? Of course. Do you not see the difference?
He's highlighted it to make you seem unreasonable, because if you have zero context of Star Wars, that would seem unreasonable. It's like, why is a blue ghost puppet okay, but a flash of lightning isn't? You'd be like, well, because there's a whole set of fucking rules for this universe.
You can't establish a magic system in anything and then break the rules.
This whole scene in The Last Jedi is just—it's so awful. You've got the concept that we've established that a Force user can reappear to somebody in some ethereal form to offer advice and wisdom and teaching from beyond the grave. It's like, okay, that's not really that crazy. You know, that's not an unreasonable
Especially
thing,
in, like, a
especially when
fantasy
you set
world.
limits on it. And we don't even know if when somebody, at least before The Last Jedi, it was never even established if that person was really there in any corporal sense, or if any other people could interact with it or see it, or if it was just a figment of in the mind of whoever was, you know, being appeared to. We didn't know that. It wasn't for certain. But this scene not only tells us that these guys can, you know, they can come back and talk to people and offer advice, but they can physically manipulate the world around them to the point that they can call in lightning strikes to destroy things. This was supposed to be a good video? This convinced people?
What?
All right,
It's genuinely now. That's what I was told. Okay, like I'm not saying that's true. That's what I was told.
I imagine that the people that's convinced were already probably TLJ fans to some extent.
Well, you remember, Rags, like the stream we did. How many people asked about this video? This is the one that, like, I want to say like at least 6 super chats were like, you need to cover this video.
When Obi-Wan said,
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
I'd like to think he meant he could do a little more than just hang around and shoot the shit.
The he's dead, and he's still able to observe the universe. That's pretty fucking powerful.
He literally says in episode 5, he like holds up his hands and says, I can't interfere if you fight Vader.
Imagine you change the lines like, if you strike me down, I shall be able to cast lightning bolts at you from death. Vader would be like, what?
Holy shit. It's like, so if you kill me, can I do that to you?
I guess
like,
I'll put you in a fucking
suppose,
cryo
kind of.
tube to prevent you from ever dying.
Oh my god, yeah. Now,
Vader just never leaves space ever again.
I don't understand that line of logic.
Can you imagine that conversation Vader would have to have with Palpatine? Palpatine's like, why won't you go back onto the forest moon of Endor? And Vader's like, I'm afraid that my old mentor is going to hit me with lightning. And Palpatine's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh yeah, that's right. This is an established thing now. Fuck.
The second they kill Obi-Wan, Vader's just starts sweating. There's little like blue beads of water coming around his helmet. He's like, oh shit, what's going on? Oh my god.
Because if you kept the Force Ghost thing as it was, it didn't cause any issues. So he voluntarily decided that during the entire 2.5 episodes where he was dead, there was never a point where he could use physical objects or lightning or some incredible power to save the lives of a hero or someone that he cared about. And he just chose, he could have, but he just chose not to.
No, there's so many, like, so two more arguments for you. When Emperor is fucking zapping Luke and Vader's slowly getting up from having been defeated, do you think Obi-Wan was just sitting there being like, damn, we lost? It's like, you gonna help, you asshole? And then secondly, if you really do become so powerful that you can just go ghost form and just free cam around everywhere, no longer age, and zap lightning at people at will, wouldn't the Emperor want to die?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. In this universe, why be alive?
What's the point?
Wait,
He's way better
hold
being
on.
dead.
If they're able to do that, then why didn't Obi-Wan and Yoda, and hell, we can throw Anakin in on there too. They go up to Snoke and they hit him with lightning, and they're like, "LOL."
Well, that was one
over.
of the potential leaks, right? It was, I don't know if they've canned this now, but at one point it was supposed to be Rey was nearly defeated, but then the ghosts of Luke and Leia were supposed to help her defeat Palpatine. I cannot interfere, which means, by the way, that I don't want to. I can,
No,
but I don't want to.
No, it means I cannot.
No. He
Not
means
I
morally.
won't.
Like, he can't do it on a moral level.
But then wouldn't he say I won't do it?
No. Rags. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Not like
Stop
It's
using
like-
your brain, Rags.
You got Wilford Brimley, who famously says diabetes. And with the X, you've got...
wow, look at that.
first, you might think it's the same guy. But in the X is Diabito.
They fit together so well.
It's a really good picture.
Wow, that's actually crazy. They really do. Their faces are that's almost like the same person. Just
And I will
without the
say
glasses.
this. Diet Bob, Diabito has a better mustache than Wilford Brimley in terms of grooming, by the looks of this picture. Just saying. Like, Rags, what do you think?
Is Wilford Brimley still alive?
That's the common question people ask. Yes, he is. Red Letter Media often are shocked by this, because he was an old man like 30 years ago, and he's still alive.
Wilford Brimley is 85. He is currently alive. He's 5'8".
So I was
He's
Wow.
a short man. Yeah, he's not a very tall man.
Woohoo! He's shorter than me.
He's a wide man, though. Oh, wait. When it
He was
says
in the
height...
thing.
Oh, wait. I thought just make sure that wasn't...
It always
He's
surprises me
5'8".
that he was in the thing. I'm always like, shit, man, he was in the thing.
He's still taller than Tom Cruise.
Hey, man, Tom Cruise is in some good-ass movies, like Mission
Tom
Impossible
Cruise is
4.
5'7".
Tom Cruise is a short man.
He is a short man.
Jay, how tall
I'm
are
not-
you? Are
I'm
we all
literally
taller than our
above-
manager? Oh yeah, by the
Kinda
way, I
like
just want to
how-
clarify, I can extend myself to thousands of feet at will, obviously.
Destiny is 5'8".
I love you have to bring that up.
I just thought of short people and he came to mind.
What do you mean
quickly.
short people are shortmans? How could you say it like that? That's so offensive. Oh, he's six foot?
Oh, his birthday
he's
was 2 days
not.
ago.
He's lying.
Jay, honestly, I would have guessed 5 foot
Jay,
before
you are
6
not.
foot.
Yeah, but you're like a lanky 6 feet. You're,
Oh yeah,
you're,
dude, if he's 6 foot,
you
he's
have to
got to be
put
lanky
rocks
as
in your
hell.
pockets when it's windy outside so you don't blow away.
I feel like you could, like, punch him and you would break in half.
You're like he's like Gumby, where he's really thin but he's tall. Y'all OGs in the chat remember Gumby? Am I the only motherfucker here who's talking about Gumby and everyone else is quiet because they don't remember Gumby?
I don't know who the fuck you're
Wolf,
talking
Wolf,
about.
is he
You don't know
okay?
about Gumby?
No.
It sounds
Oh
like
my
something you just
God.
made up.
No, it isn't. Here, I'm gonna
Y'all
show
know
you
about Gumby?
Yo, but Gumby was a real thing. He had a horse for a friend. I can't believe
Oh my god, poor
I
Gumby,
remember
dude.
this. I actually remember this. This is the because a dude dressed up as this for his dog, and his dog went crazy.
Poor Gumby. It's a horse
you
for
know
a
who
friend.
Gumby is. This is from like the 50s and 60s.
Fuck, you're old, Rags. I don't know.
No, I'm not an old man.
You're like
Nor am I a
70
short
years
man.
old, I guess.
I just need people. Thank you. So, person in chat, thank you, Ramo Grey Wolf.
How could
Who-
someone said I
who
legit live under a
remembers
rock
Gumby?
because I don't know what Gumby is? How could you say that when Jay is here?
Gumby's made out of clay. That's like his thing.
Jumbo is Clay? How the fuck? Why is it was a TV show a Clay character? How many of those were there? Oh, stop motion was great.
People hated Leia pulling herself through zero gravity, which isn't even a new ability, just an old one in a new con.
No, okay, no, it's not like
Do we have to
God damn
explain
it.
this?
it's not that you can pull yourself through 0G with the Force, because theoretically speaking, that would be an extension of if you cannot. It works the same in real life. If you try and push a wall that's like huge, you only end up pushing yourself backwards, right? Like if you're not planted to the ground. In the same way that if you telekinesis force push an object that's too big to actually move, you should theoretically push yourself backward.
The problem with the Leia scene isn't that she can do it. It's that she all of a sudden does it with no training or guidance.
When she's been floating out there seemingly dead for like at least a minute or so.
Yeah, now if she, right as the explosion happened, she did something, or she used some power to protect herself or
She had
something.
frost on her skin.
Yeah, but when you have frost on your skin in space, like, man,
That's
that's
how far it's gone. Like, that's what I mean.
But I'm not against the idea of being able to, like, having kind of a tier of specialized force abilities that take training and concentration and sagacity and time to learn. But just being able to pull the shit out of your ass whenever you need it really, really creates a rocky foundation for the Force.
Yeah,
kind of says something that The Force Unleashed had a character fly out into space and he literally died, and they had to reconstruct his body for like months afterward for him to come back.
It's threefold. One being that we don't believe that she could do this, like her. We don't have any reason to believe this is something that she could do. That's the least of the three problems from my perspective. The second most significant, actually no, that's number two. The least significant, but still the one that I know a lot of people feel, is that it looked retarded. Like, it was so, it made people laugh. Like, I don't know how else to explain that one beyond like a subjective level. It's just that it looked really funny. Second being that it doesn't seem like something that she could do, but thirdly being that she should just be dead in like so many different ways. You'd be like an ice block on one side, and then like a fucking scorched skin earth on the other. And the fact that she had frost in it, you can only survive for, I think, between 1 and 2 minutes. And she was out there for a while. Like, it's just, the whole audience was like, oh, she's dead now. And then like, she's not. Not only is she not, she was conscious enough to pull herself in. It wasn't like she was rescued. There's a lot of problems with that scene. The fact that she pulls herself in 0G mechanically isn't the problem. Like, specifically. And I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's going to address all of the issues, but, like, why would you go for the one that's the weakest? So this is kind of terrifying, in a way, just for the style. I don't really know what's happening. I just got sent it, okay?
What was this made with?
Crayon digital?
It's like digital. I could smell this picture. It smells like Play-Doh.
Oh, I know what you mean. I know that smell. Yes, I know that smell.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna say it smells like, you know, that friend, you go over to their house and you just like, every time you walk in, you're like, you wrinkle your nose and you're like, why does my friend smell so weird?
What's Rags up to at the bottom there? What's he doing?
I'm clearly sick from all the Play-Doh I've ingested.
Yes, you can survive in space for.
Uh-oh. Okay. Animal experiments and human accidents have shown that people can likely survive exposure to vacuum conditions for at least a couple of minutes. There could be time for fellow crew members to rescue and repressurize you with a few ill effects.
Except that's not what happened.
That's not what happened. Researchers found that chimpanzees could survive up to 3.5 minutes in near vacuum conditions with no apparent cognitive defects.
Not a cheap. She's not a
chimpanzee.
Yeah, I'm wondering what being an old woman has to do with all of that.
Are you saying that Carrie Fisher's a chimp? Sexist?
I want to highlight that someone did this on Twitter a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago. They cited an article that proved that she could have survived. I literally clicked it and read it, and it said that after a minute you'd go unconscious. She's unconscious at the beginning because she's blasted out of the thing. She's like unconscious, then she wakes up. That's not possible. According to these articles, you cannot regain consciousness once you're unconscious in space. That's not a thing.
I'm gonna look this up, this Scientific American thing.
And someone's saying here, don't forget Leia is flying at around light speed in that scene. Don't recall that.
No. So that's actually a fourth issue. So she's blown out of the ship at an angle, and obviously while the ship is moving, which pushes. Let's say the ship's moving by 5. She's blown out while moving at 5, pushing it to like a 7 maybe, and in a different direction. and she's unconscious for like a minute. Do you understand how fucking far away she would be from the ship at that point? Also, a lot of people are saying vacuum is not space. Space, there are different...
Yeah, because in space there's radiation,
True.
and there's the light of stars
exposed
and all
heat.
that stuff.
So I found the article that he cited, and he leaves out some things that might...
What a shock, everyone!
So one of the things is it specifies vacuum conditions, not like the actual vacuum of space, but conditions, and we can make vacuum conditions on Earth. It just won't have all the, you know, the cold, the heat from the sun, or the radiation, all that shit. So they're replicating these conditions, first off. And second, there's a line right here that says, not that you would remain conscious long enough to rescue yourself, which is the second paragraph of the article.
Yeah, he's left these parts out.
Pretty Teal Deer made a whole video about this, a 42-minute video. Surviving space, Leia needed more than the Force.
And the thumbnail just says why Leia is dead.
Why Leia is dead.
There's no
It's
way.
like, yeah, you're fucking dead.
He's also like, I don't like this kind of like, I would almost call this a cheap shot. So he's like, none of this fucking matters, guys. It's all nonsense, even though she would have survived. Moving on, and it's like, no, she wouldn't have. No, she wouldn't have. Okay? No, she wouldn't have.
So here's another paragraph. This is like the 6th paragraph on the article. Water and dissolved gas in the blood forms bubbles in the major veins, which travel throughout the circulatory system and block blood flow. After about 1 minute, circulation stops. The lack of oxygen to the brain renders you, or effectively stops. The lack of oxygen to the brain renders you unconscious in less than 15 seconds and eventually kills you.
This is from the article he's citing.
Yes, this is from the Scientific American article.
Dude.
Oh no, that's way worse than what you showed on screen.
Let me just reread this sentence again. The lack of oxygen to the brain renders you unconscious in less than 15 seconds, eventually killing you. I wonder why he didn't record this part.
I like how it specifies that people might be able to save you. She saves herself.
Yes, you can survive in space for a minute or two. I googled it. It's an awfully weird time to suddenly start caring about realism, isn't it?
I hate that argument so much. It makes me want to kill
well,
people.
you didn't care about it in this other thing.
What? You complain she died in space. She's not dying in space when you got a guy who shoots lightning out of his hands. Oh, you care about realism all of a sudden. It's like,
no, we never really cared about realism.
It's not what's happening.
It wasn't really realism. That was.
It depends on our suspension of disbelief.
There are rules. Sometimes this universe shares the rules that we have. Sometimes it says, oh, so by the way, this space wizard can shoot lightning. It's like your world, but they can do that too. And we're like, okay. Also, they have telekinesis. Okay, as long as you make that clear, it's fine. But just because you can do that doesn't then mean nothing makes any sense anymore. That's not how this works. Size doesn't matter, I googled
it. You were the chosen one, I googled it. Bilbobi won Canoggins.
Bilbobi won Canoggins.
Someone takes down Magneto with a wooden gun, and he's like, how did you take me down? And he explains that the gun is wooden, and it's like, and it's like, Magneto, why don't you just kill all of them now then?
But he's throwing meat at us. And we're trying to assault this creature.
I don't think it's weird because he is like a meat volcano. And he's throwing, it's pretty
terrifying to say the least. This
is meat and not shit.
Well, it's got bones sticking out of it.
Oh my god!
What are you eating?
Film criticism when everything is subjective. Thought we would check this out.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Hello, friend.
Hello.
What did you think of the new Joker film?
I really liked it. What did you think of it?
I really disliked it.
I respect your opinion.
I respect your opinion.
That's pretty funny.
I love the pause between.
Yeah, like they don't know what happens next.
Luke's projection is right in line with how the Force was used in the originals. His greatest achievement wasn't blowing up the Death Star. It was resisting the dark side and refusing to fight.
I guess it depends on your definition of achievement at that point.
So the projection aspect, but there's a physical So to say that the projection falls in line with him refusing to fight is the
Contradicted
problem.
by the fact that he tried to kill his nephew.
Well, in the sense,
He only thought about it, Wolf.
project-
So first of all, you have his knowledge that something's happening on Crate. That's like Luke's perspective on Arc 2, that everybody's getting chased to Crate. I don't even remember if Rey told him about Crate or not, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just let that go for now. So he decides he's going to appear there instead of go there himself, which, by the way, is going to become a problem eventually. If you remember, someone we covered on EFAP previously said he couldn't have used the ship on Arc 2 because it was waterlogged.
Yep.
Apparently in the leaks, Rey is going to use that ship on Arc 2, so that's
So
gonna
if he
fuck everything up.
does, oh
You gotta
boy.
be kidding me.
Dude, bring alcohol. Like I said, when anyone goes to see this movie, you need a drug.
Oh my god, I'm gonna smoke my brains out before watching it if I ever watch it.
Like they get ahead into the Millennium Falcon and hyperspace out like well before Kylo or his men even get to the part where Rey was opening up the stones. So like I don't even know that Luke actually successfully delayed them instead of just showing up to tell Kylo some shit. But let's just assume fine, he's doing it to delay. He doesn't tell anyone this. And he doesn't tell anybody that there's an actual exit. They just assume that. They're like, Luke is here. He must be here to give us a chance to escape. And remember, Luke actually has a chance to tell them this. He walks into the room to tell Leia, like, he has a conversation with her, but he doesn't tell her anything about how to escape or live. It's like, wow, you're really running on the fact that they're going to interpret your actions with a certain message, I suppose. Then he tells Kylo that he's not there to save him. Like, doesn't Kylo say something like, you here to save my soul? And he just goes, no.
No.
I remember
Very Luke-like. Like I went to go save Darth Vader, fucking Darth Vader, but you, yeah, you,
Fuck
Kylo,
you.
you're just unreasonable. Oh man, not you, Kylo. Darth Vader, yes, but
And then
not you.
We just have to assume that Luke knew that he had delayed him enough when he disappears. Like he just disappears. Like it seems like he just goes like, "Well, now's my time to disappear." It's like, did he know? I guess he did.
Yeah, he lets Kylo discover the illusion.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, and then you have the whole like, oh, it inspired the universe. Like, how? What is the story here? Like, I want to really push this because I really hate the idea that him destroying the Emperor and his team destroying the second Death Star and freeing the world, that story stays under the rug and disappears over 30 years. But this story, this is the one that inspires children all over the universe to stand up. It's like, why? What is it? What happened?
How did the story get out? Who told who?
And didn't any
What would they
stormtrooper
say?
tell anyone that it's like, no, he wasn't even there. It's a fucking illusion.
It was an illusion. He just disappeared. What a fucking bitch. He didn't even show up in person. This
So-
Luke guy's a fucking coward.
Yeah, so I guess my position on all this is it's a disaster. I have no idea what the hell they were trying to do, and I have no idea what Luke knew at what times and what decisions he was actually making. Loads of people like to ignore all of it and just say, don't you see, Luke defeated Kylo with pacifism. And you're like, what? He...
What?
He inspired them, I googled it.
He defeated Luke with pacifism.
Kylo, Wolf, get it right. He
Or
defeated
Kylo, right.
Yeah, alright, now let's hear his take.
Like my father before me.
His scene on Crate is that same idea on a larger scale, with Luke using everything he learned about the Force to resolve the situation peacefully. The people saying he genuinely should have been there taking down AT-AT walkers like a badass are missing the point.
No, he should have been there. We're not talking about he has to destroy the entire enemy army and be some crazy war hero, but he should have been there.
We've heard this before. I can't remember what video it was, but the person who said, like, you should jump around destroying every AT-AT. The counter we had, because for some reason they create this false dichotomy where they're the two options. The one we presented that I think would have been way better is he's actually there, he's fired upon, the smoke clears, and all of the lasers are held in one position and he dissipates them. Like, pacifist.
Or throws them back.
You could have him throw him back. I don't know that it would be kind of cool to see him do the whole, like, this doesn't bother me. Like, it's almost like Neo at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no reason why you can't have a whole bunch of different things happen. You could even have him have a fake version of himself just to trick them, and then the real one comes out. You could. There's so many different things you could do. Why'd you have to have it be a ghost that he projected? It's so strange.
saying he genuinely should have been there, taking down AT-AT walkers like a badass or missing the point. Maybe what those people wanted to see
Even then,
was
I would have
this.
preferred that.
Destructive power is a Sith thing. We always...
Why is Luke killing all the rebels?
I like that image of him just smiling at the dead body on the ceiling. That's
Yeah,
actually
it's
really
either
funny.
it's 0 or 10. There's no difference. There's no in between. It's either Luke's just an illusion who doesn't fucking do anything, or Luke is basically like Darth Vader, is just slaughtering the enemy.
If you ever wanted to see a straw man, ladies and gentlemen, it's like this is
It's
what
like,
you
holy
wanted.
shit.
Like what?
Jesus Christ! Fuck up that straw man. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely
the
what
Jedi
we were all wanting.
I almost wanted, like, I want to
non-violence.
see what it would have been like to watch Rogue One with that scene at the end. Luke is just slashing through all the rebels. You're like, why?
Just grinning like an idiot.
Who is this man?
That film you like is actually dangerous, and here's why.
Oh my goodness.
So, quick disclaimer. Remember, this is just my opinion, and you're not allowed to criticize me.
Okay.
I didn't want to have to make this video, but someone has to put everyone in their place, and I guess it's gonna have to be me. So there's this new movie out. You know the one. I'm not going to mention it by name because I don't want to give such a dangerous film free publicity. But this movie might just be the most socially irresponsible piece of media to be released this year. In this current social and political climate, with far-right extremism on the rise, with a literal white supremacist in the White House, with incels and gamers going around shooting people and saying things I disagree with on the internet, the fact that they made a movie that humanizes a white male protagonist is absolutely appalling. Not only that, the movie actually tries to get audiences to sympathize with an incel loner who commits acts of far-right terrorism. Now, I haven't actually seen the movie because I don't want to subject myself to this garbage, but nonetheless, I think it's important to talk about. Now, some idiots have actually fallen for the idea put forth by the main character himself that this movie and this main character aren't political.
You serious?
Yeah, right. As if it's even possible to be apolitical. You see, this movie is just one of many movies released in recent years that tries to trick audiences by claiming to be apolitical, when in reality, it just supports the status quo. Like Paddington 2.
Colonial imperialism.
This movie even has the audacity to have the veneer of leftist class politics
Like
over it, to make you think the movie has something meaningful and deep to say. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Speaking of the supposedly apolitical nature of the movie, the director of this film has been going around saying this movie is a response to the woke crowd and the mythical cancel culture we're allegedly living in. Which should tell you everything you need to know, really. Wah, no one thinks my offensive jokes are funny, wah. If you can't think of jokes that don't cause literal pain and violence towards marginalized people, then maybe you should study quantum mechanics, build a time machine, and go back to Nazi Germany where you belong. Anyway, for all the great lengths this film goes to portray the cisgendered, straight, white male protagonist as a victim, the real victims of this movie are the actresses of color that the film uses like props. Side note, if I were to suggest a rewrite to help fix this movie, I would make Zazie Beetz the main character instead of Joaquin Phoenix. And instead of being a single mom, she'd be a badass crime fighter. And instead of it being anything like it currently is, I'd make it completely different. It's a small change, but it would make all the difference.
Small change.
But alas, that's not the movie we got. What we did get is a movie that clearly hates women. And what's most frightening is all the ignorant and easily manipulatable audience members who won't see the racist and misogynistic themes of this movie and will internalize the ideology without any critical thought. Thankfully, I'm here to save you all from yourselves and help you think the correct thoughts and see the world properly. You're welcome. And as if all that wasn't bad enough, the film is just a blatant derivative ripoff of Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver, which is a much better film. Wait a minute. If the movie is problematic and it's a ripoff of Taxi Driver, would that mean that Taxi Driver is also problematic?
That was pretty good.
Right, I like that movie. Ooh, maybe it's because Taxi Driver has deep themes and this movie is shallow and thinks it's smarter than it is. Yeah, that's it. This movie isn't nearly as smart as it thinks it is, and it has absolutely nothing deep to say about anything. All in all, this movie is just bad. It's dangerous and irresponsible to make a movie like this in the current year, and I think there's still a very high likelihood that this movie will be directly responsible for violence. In fact, I'm really hoping it will be, because that would really validate my worldview. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and give me all your money. If you take anything away from this video, let it be this. The next time you think about going to see a film directed by, written by, or starring a white guy, just go support the films of marginalized filmmakers instead. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and always remember, everything is objectively subjective, so you're not allowed to criticize me.
Pretty great content, huh?
That's good. Amazing. I really like that. It's not all don't be there at all or kill everyone.
I don't know that we should take this to the point where we just go, every Jedi should just sit down and calm the fuck down. If you don't kill the Emperor, he takes over the whole fucking universe. I don't know, the idea is like, nah. The way to do it is to let him be. Like, oh.
This is a war, by the way, and he's a Sith Lord. It's like, don't tell me that Jedi just don't kill Sith anymore. Like, that's not a thing that they do.
He's highlighting Obi-Wan going personally to execute the leader of an army to dissipate the CIS and prevent the war from continuing. This is apparently like an aggressive attack. You know, like not defense. Okay, what about Holdo?
Then he uses Grievous.
Not that Holdo's a Jedi, but you know, same principle. Holdo fucking did she attack people? Does that count or does it not? I don't know. This is weird to me. Like Jedi and all. Why do they even have lightsabers?
Exactly. What's the point? Is like the idea of
defense only.
I mean, I carry a gun. It's like, I don't go out, I don't leave my house saying like, man, I can't wait to shoot a bitch. You know, it's like, it's there if I need it, just in case. Let's hope it doesn't ever come to that. Let's hope I don't ever have to use it, but if I gotta, then I gotta.
Hey, Wolf, do you
Jedi
remember...
are the same way with the lightsabers.
This is gonna be a crazy reference, but do you remember a character advocating for how Thanksgiving is, like, not a good celebration in Buffy because of all the natives that died?
Yes.
Do you remember that she advocates for pacifism throughout like the whole episode against the enemies that are like the ghosts of the past people who were wronged, and then the second they attack her, she goes crazy and kills them. And she's like, she at the end of the episode is like, oh, point being that you may advocate for pacifism, but if someone tries to fucking kill you, pacifism's a difficult way to disable them. And if you're gonna be like, well, Luke did at the end of Crate, it's like, Luke didn't do shit. He delayed them for like a couple seconds with the ghosts. I don't know. Just like citing the Obi-Wan taking out Grievous, ending the Separatist war. It's like, look at him, that murder-hungry asshole. I was like, what do you mean? This is a good thing.
He's doing it to stop a war. They're in a war. At that point, it's like, you're already in the war now.
Lightsabers are meant only to defend your an attacking lightsaber, okay?
Grievous is a bad man who controls a lot of power, and he's a general in this war that they're currently engaged with.
What are the circles at the bottom? Are they on Discord?
Spider-Man's on Discord with Vulture.
The actual illustrations are really good. I just think the
it's too confusing.
This is why we have not been getting through memes quickly this stream.
I like how memes are delaying us, by the way. That's pretty.
That's a good poster.
So this is top tier poster for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Honestly, right? If they released that as the Far From Home poster or the Homecoming poster, I think more people would see it.
Iron Man Homecoming plus Spider-Man and Knuckles.
God damn it, I got to show people.
I'm really disappointed that there's no Uganda.
Look at the amount of Tony Stark featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry.
What's Dante just standing there for no reason?
Iron Man Homecoming plus Spider-Man and Knuckles.
Iron Man Homecoming.
They photoshopped Robert Downey Jr.'s face onto Falcon.
Do you mean vulture, not falcon?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Roberts here.
You called vulture falcon? I mean, they both have wings, whatever.
Falcon's such a worthless character.
Falcon.
Vulture is unironically way better as a character than Falcon.
He is.
I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
When
I don't think
asked
anyone is
my
gonna disagree
teacher
with
who the rooftop god was, it's fucking raw.
I love that one.
I hate to break it to anyone, but one fictional book of fake space facts isn't any more or less real than another fictional book of fake space.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Is this guy really gonna do this?
Where do you want to begin?
So,
I don't know.
I'm just gonna begin by saying I'm so happy we're covering Tonald after this.
Why are they saying equally true here? Who are you to tell? Who are you?
He's appealing to the silliness again. He's like, dude,
okay.
this book of facts is no more gay than this book of facts. And you're like,
If you don't have consistent rules, then things get broken very easily.
Now, there is a discussion to be had on what is canon, and everyone can use different definitions. The one I usually go with is whoever officially owns the IP and what they say is canon, because other than that, I don't know how to make it consistent and fair and understandable.
We all recognize that Disney is the one who decides canon now. That's the problem.
So yes, everything in the film is totally canon.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, we know that's the problem. As we've said, it's not that the problem isn't that we don't accept it as canon. The problem is that it is canon and it's fucking nonsense.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if we didn't accept it as canon, we wouldn't care. We'd just be like, well, it's not canon, so who gives a fuck? We're trying to explain why it sucks that this is canon. I like that he's got, like, Giddy Yoda as, like, almost being like, haha, it's canon.
Like, haha, it's all canon.
That's bad.
Well, if you're just mad George R.R. Martin is better than Tolkien, Tolkien would rape him.
If I take my pants and I cut them down the middle, do I have a pant and then another pant and I put together and they become pants? Or do I have pants?
You have two
halves of pants.
You have two halves of a pair of pants.
Two halves, so you have a pant. If that's why a pair of pants. The pant is the leg, but they're connected at the top.
Isn't pants like short for like?
So now, if you have two
Pantaloons?
pairs of pants,
Pantaloons,
you say I have a pair of pants. So if you have two matching pants, you can't say a pair of pants because that's just one pant.
No, you say you have two pairs of pants.
But you could all. But what if they match and you want to signify that they match? You say I have a pair of pants.
No, you have two matching pairs of pants.
Two pairs. Yes.
Two matching pairs of pants.
Well, that's kind of redundant to say a matching pair.
Well, you just said you wanted to let people know that they're matching.
Well, yeah. So you say a pair.
No,
you have two pairs of pants.
No, you say two matching pairs of pants.
Two matching pairs.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And if you take scissors and you break them apart, you have a scissor and another scissor.
No, you have a scissor.
And then you put them together and connect them, and then it becomes like scissors.
No, people would say you have
definitely how it works.
You have two pairs of scissor blades. You don't say a scissors. No one says a scissors. It's a pair of scissors.
They used to. Because I learned it from a Charlie Brown comic.
Well, Charlie Brown's like...
Charlie Brown tries his best, okay?
About the scissors, right?
Wait. Charlie Brown is...
I say past the scissors, not past the pair of scissors. However, I understand that's probably grammatically incorrect.
No. Past the scissors is still grammatically correct, but a scissors is the thing that Rags said. No one says that.
I'd probably say that too, casually.
Yeah.
But I'd happily consider it be wrong. I wouldn't care. It's more like a slang thing.
Well, yeah, sure. It doesn't matter if you say it. It's wrong.
So, you guys want to watch like a video?
No.
No.
Fuck movies.
Tone low
is one fist and another fist, and that makes fists. But you can't have a fists, apparently.
Answer implied.
Even though fists are connected.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Fists?
Yes, fists are connected. Every part of your body's connected, Wolf.
Well, yeah, sure, but not the
you did it!
part
I'm
itself.
right. I'm right. You're wrong.
Got him.
I'm right. You're wrong.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my two thumbs are not attached to each other, just like my two fists
Yes, they are.
not. Yeah, if you look at everything from the broad scheme of every single limb is technically still attached to your body as a whole.
My
but
toe
your
is
fists
connected
themselves.
Thumb bone's connected to your hand bone. Your hand bone's connected to your arm bone. Your
Okay,
arm
Jared.
bone's-
What does 101 mean?
And- oh, that's 101.
I don't even remember that.
I don't remember what the context of that was.
Oh my goodness.
Like the Emperor, Snoke is only important to us as an extension of another character, Kylo Ren.
No. No. He's important because he resurrected the Empire. He's important because he managed to fuck Luke up to the point where he nearly tried to kill one of his own family members. He's important, yes, to Kylo.
Let's make this easy. If Kylo Ren was not a character that existed at all, Snoke would be extremely important. He would be just, if not more important than he is now. If you remove Kylo from the equation, that doesn't mean Snoke all of a sudden is completely meaningless or not important. If anything, the opposite occurs. This is a ridiculous point. How did you say this without stopping yourself and saying, you know what? Backspace. I shouldn't say that. That's clearly stupid.
Backspace. And then you go, keep going. Just hold it down. Just hold it down for a few hours.
Until the beginning, and then go and, I don't know, play the Raid Shadow Legends.
Kylo's story seems to be one of the Force balancing itself. The Jedi didn't really understand how it worked and thought that balance meant killing all the bad guys.
Is he not to destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force?
That's what happens at the end of the 6th episode. The Sith are destroyed. You just cited Disney canon to explain how things make more sense than we think they do from Disney canon.
Interesting.
That doesn't work. You've cheated.
Well,
also,
it says in the
here we
Bible.
fucking go with this graph. I don't know what's gonna happen here.
Massive number of light users, which allowed a super powerful Sith to pull.
What? That doesn't make sense.
What?
Yoda became like fucking nil, and Palpatine is like super.
The Jedi recruited a massive number of light users, which allowed a super powerful Sith to pull Anakin to the dark side and destroy them. As the last Jedi died out, the Force began to flow through Luke, and he pulled Anakin back to the light, leading to the Sith.
What was balanced about any? Okay, you have the Jedi Order as a massive galactic force that is involved in, you know, the culture and the politics of the galaxy. There are thousands of them supposedly. There's a Sith, 2. There's 3 or 4. How many Sith are there? Like less than a dozen? There's like Dooku and Palpatine.
Well, the thing with Dooku is, like, was he a Jedi prior to the 2nd episode, or is he counted as a Sith throughout the whole prequel thing?
I think it was counted as a Jedi prior to episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
just
everyone
don't see
was
him
like
as
they
such.
knew him.
Yeah, what does he say? He's a political idealist, not a murderer. Which was a naive comment, to say the least.
Yeah, if you expect anybody to be a murderer, it is a political idealist.
Well, a political idealist has the power to literally like kill people at range with his telekinesis.
He would never kill anyone. He's a communist.
Luke began training a new generation of Jedi, and with Snoke apparently being the only counterbalance, Ben was pulled to the dark side to even things out.
Okay, enough. You're just recanting what happens in the plot and establish it just makes sense this way.
Yeah.
You cannot knock out Palpatine and claim this makes sense.
Yeah, I would love to let's just sit down with someone who looked at this graph and were convinced. I was like, no, explain the graph to me. Explain it. I want you to tell me the reasons why this graph makes any level of sense.
Snoke was way more powerful than Luke. Or at least that's the impression I got, considering that Luke died from doing the move that Snoke apparently did on an afternoon. So, how is it that Snoke is the counterbalance for Luke that can pull Kylo? If anything, Kylo should have just started on Snoke's side. I don't even know how his how this logic works. Who is a new person supposed to go to if, let's say, the Sith have more of the graph? Is it the Jedi? Is that how it's supposed to work?
Okay, Rags. I somehow don't think that Tonald would respond particularly well to you sending that to him.
What? I'm his biggest fan.
Rags, you have to understand. I don't think
this may not have worked for Tonald. Right.
I think that might have scared him
anyway.
Did you actually send this to Tonald?
Absolutely, I did. I'm ready for my monthly thrust.
Do you have evidence that you sent this? Because I don't know if you're fucking with me or not.
I'm not fucking with you.
He destroyed the Jedi, which led to Luke abandoning the Force, leaving no active Jedi on the light side. This led to Kylo being pulled back to the light.
I feel it.
What?
When
Why not
was this?
Snoke? Why Kylo?
Yeah, why Kylo? How come Kylo's the pinball now?
Yeah, why
All right, so what? Okay, let's just.
Damn it, man.
He wasn't even pulled back to the light in this movie.
He literally killed Han and like confirmed he's evil, and then he did it again in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, people act as if Kylo is like wishy-washy, but I'm like, no. Give me an example of Kylo going to the light side. Give me one. Give me one example of him going to the light side.
When he was like, I feel bad, Han. I feel bad because I'm getting pulled all over the place. Where?
And then he fucking murdered him.
I know, but there's still evidence that he's a wishy-washy piece of shit.
It's like,
you know, they're gonna say, "Well, he killed Snoke," and it's like, yeah, but 5 minutes
he
later,
wanted to
was
take
like,
his fucking position. That doesn't even count. Fucking hell.
What could be more light side than killing your master and taking his place? Oh wait.
Wait, is there a particular side that does that a lot? I can't remember.
Like, people who think that there's a reasonable conflict that's been displayed here for Kylo Ren are delusional.
It's almost as though there's a precedent for Sith betraying one another.
No.
Like,
no, that's what the Jedi do. Remember when Mace Windu
fucking
killed Yoda?
I wonder if there was a Jedi Master who has red skin and horns who said this in a very popular video game that was in a trailer from, I don't know, 12 years ago.
Oh, General Grievous, yeah, in the third one.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I knew it.
The light.
His resistance to this led to the light finding an outlet through Rey.
What? That's how that works now? If someone on the dark side that is overpopulated with the Force, by the way, says, oh man, I might go to the light side, but I'm totally not going to. The Force goes, okay, fuck you, I'm going to make a new one.
And if anything, this is super depressing if you're a Jedi, because you know that you're just going to get fucking kilt and it's going to swing the other way.
I don't like these rules, they're gay.
These aren't even rules. Like, rules imply consistency, and this is just, how do I justify what's in the movies using this?
Oh yeah, this feels post-hoc as hell.
criteria.
He's just applying the movie's plot to this graph and doing his best to be like, this totally makes sense, everyone.
Wait a second. If J Logbone can shoot lasers out of her eyes,
why are you
then
Cyclops?
aren't one of us retarded?
We got two Cyclops on the team.
Looks like your hat is smiling smugly.
How?
You see the eyes? And the little mouth?
I don't know. The mouth is supposed to be
the little
the thing.
The thing in the middle.
That.
What?
The thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Here, like
I highlight it, Rags. You can do it.
Here.
I see the eyes. I don't get the smug smile part.
It's the fucking thing in the middle.
Rags posed together with a red box around the mouth.
No, I know what you. I know what you think the mouth is. I just don't see how.
What
it's
I know
smug.
the mouth is.
I understand. What's the smug part of it, though?
That's the expression that is.
What isn't the smug part of it?
It just looks like two eyes and a comma.
It's like a smug anime face.
That doesn't look anything like that.
Yes, it does. Fringy,
No,
back
it
me up.
doesn't.
Fringy, back me up.
What?
No, Fringy's on my side.
Fringy.
What the context?
Is this?
Fringy, you agree with me, right?
Fringy.
Fringy, you agree with me on this? Come on.
And me. Wolf is the odd man out.
True.
No.
True.
He's gay.
What's this though? What are you doing? Help me out. I can't.
All right.
right.
So
I
in
can't
the
deal with this
image that
pressure.
says, do you see the uncanny EFAP image?
Yes.
Okay. Look at Wolf's hat. Yeah?
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like a smug face?
I don't know. It looks like a trilby. That's all I can say about
Yeah,
it.
I know what it is, but who is the hat? And I'm thinking a smug anime face.
You think the hat has
not even an anime face, just a smug face.
I mean, I guess I can see two eyes there.
Yeah.
One of them is tilted at a 45-degree angle a little bit,
Yeah.
and the other one's sort of flat, which gives it a little bit of a crazy look more so than anything. I don't know what to make of the shadow at the bottom though. That's what's throwing me off.
It looks like a comma.
It does look like a comma.
Does it look like a comma or does it look like an apostrophe?
I don't know. It looks like a comma. I mean, I haven't seen this picture before, so I was a little bit distracted by the man titty on underneath the donut there.
Wait, man titty, wait, what?
Or like an apostrophe. You want to know why? Because it's up high. It's on his hat. It's up high, and apostrophes are up high. If it
Yeah,
was
but
on
it's
his
like
shoe-
below the eyes. If it was above the eyes, I think I might agree with you there. But
Why would a
it's not.
smile be above the eyes, Fringy?
Well,
You're upside down.
No, but it's. I don't even. I'm not even conceded that it is a smile at this
It
point.
is.
It doesn't look anything like a smile.
Yeah,
None
it
of the-
literally
Yeah,
does.
I think I'm
You're
on
the
Wolf's
artist,
side
man.
on this one. Yeah,
Wow,
and
wow.
I'm using my judgment
Yeah,
to tell you
and
that you're wrong.
Maybe if you're used to mouths being flipped,
Like at a
45
45
degrees,
degree
That's
angle,
art.
yeah.
That's art, and art is subjective entirely.
Entirely.
Entirely, 100%.
There's literally nothing else to it.
Entirely. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're about. That's what the EFAP podcast is about.
So you're willing to accept there's eyes but no mouth? Am I getting that right?
Well, I mean, I'm not really willing to accept anything, to be honest with you. Those
Wow.
are shadows.
This picture
So-
definitely looked like it's a smug face. Show this picture, MauLer. Show this the one here, the one that we talked about. Why don't we just post that to chat?
Oh,
And you can
I've
have
put
them
it on
confirm.
full fucking screen. They can see it.
Yeah.
Every single one of them agrees it's a smile. There's not a single person who doesn't.
It doesn't look like the smug face at all. You're
Yes,
just
it does.
completely
It doesn't
wrong.
look like it at all. Come on.
Are you shitting me?
It doesn't look like it. It's the for starters, like look at how far up the mouth is tilting. It's like he's been in a car crash.
Oh, it's not perfect. Therefore, it does not resemble it in its entirety.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive Australian accent.
That's what you sound like right now.
People are posting the what do you call them? Quotation marks with the slash. That looks more like it.
I didn't look like it. They don't look the same, Rags. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, no, hold on. Yeah, stop fucking moving. Okay, hold on. No, this is what it looks like.
It definitely looks like it. So close. Here, I'll make an Imgur link. Or Imgur or whatever.
This stream's never gonna end, Free.
That's okay.
We've still got 9 hours remaining, so we're fine.
See, chat can
Wait,
go
are you taking
and
the
look at
piss or
that.
what? Do you mean that?
No, we have 9 hours remaining.
I bet Wolf. Hey, Wolf, is a hat clothing or an accessory?
Wolf, answer the question.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna need your definition on accessory in this.
I'm gonna need you to answer the question.
Answer the
not
question,
Austin.
you coward.
I can't answer the question if I'm not really certain how to define accessory in relation to clothing. Because my first thought is accessory, but I don't know if I'm right.
What Fringy is a hat? Clothing or an accessory?
I don't know what the definition of clothes is. I don't know what to tell you. Like
fucking definitions. Oh, I gotta
Rags,
know.
how do we deal with these people?
According to Wikipedia, a hat is a head covering. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that yes,
as opposed to a foot
so
covering, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
accessory. The definition of accessory is a thing that can be added to something else in order to make it more useful, versatile, to make it more useful, versatile, or attractive.
Oh.
So really, all clothes are accessories then, because if you
No,
add
clothes
them
are
to
clothes
you,
and
they-
accessories are
No,
accessories.
but based on that definition, that's not true.
It's fashion accessory. It's right under here on their Wikipedia for fashion accessory.
Yeah, a
That's listed
fashion
right there.
accessory.
Yeah, fashion
Yeah.
accessory. What other accessory would it be?
It could be heaps of different
It's
accessories.
not even, it
That's
doesn't
not
even
just
say it's
fashion.
clothes. Is a watch? Is a watch
Yes, it
a
does.
clothes?
It literally
Is a
says
watch a
wearer's
clothes?
outfit.
It has types and it has watches here and cane.
It says the wearer's
How is
outfit.
a cane a
How
clothing?
was that? Well, what do you mean a cane is a clothing?
Exactly,
I'm
it
gonna say that
isn't. Cane is not a clothing.
Well, maybe it is. Who knows?
No, how can you
I
wear
feel
a
like we need
cane
to have a kind of
like clothes?
Cats
like,
and
I'm going
dogs
I'm
living
going into
with
the
each
Arctic
other.
on an expedition. This cane will keep me warm from the elements.
Yeah, it will, because if
I'll
you spin
beat
it
away
around
the-
really fast.
Spin
No,
the
it's
cane
like,
around.
hold on, Friggy.
This little ring
Okay,
around my finger
Friggy,
that I'm spinning
Friggy,
it with is keeping me warm.
Friggy, if you spin the cane around really fast, that'll just create a fan. It will.
No. I mean, like, you spin it around.
You fly away and you're like, I'm hotter now.
It will literally
Yeah, because
do
you're getting
the-
closer to the sun. Come on.
Friggy, you would have to be going.
gotta spin it over your head.
What if it's
really
nighttime and you're
Yeah,
flying
no,
toward
are.
the abyss of space?
No, well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, you guys aren't ambitious
Hey, listen,
enough.
you
We've
can
got time
survive.
to get to
You
the
can
sun
survive in
outside.
space like Leia.
Yeah.
As the argument changed,
Use
because
the
I stopped
force.
listening.
Use the force. Spin the cane really fast. Hold your breath for like 10 years and get to the moon.
That's-
no, the sun.
What?
The fuck is happening? What if I arrived in there?
Wolf, look, everyone,
Did you know
look.
that the surface temperature of the moon on like the bright side is actually really hot? I'm gonna even confirm that.
That's your
Yeah.
opinion.
Why
It's
do
not
you-
my opinion.
Why don't you just use the cane to fly to the nearest store that has a
Yeah,
heater?
this is what it says. Temperatures can reach 127
Look,
real
look,
degrees.
Look.
So I was right. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, the
I'm
sun.
gonna
Okay, wait. The sun does
read that.
exist at night, but if you're flying up at night time,
What?
you're not hiding toward
Yeah,
the
of course
sun.
it exists at night. Well, it depends. Where
No,
you're
it doesn't
aiming.
depend on
Wait,
shit. If
Wolf,
it's
did you just
nighttime and you're
say
flying
that
up, you're
when
not
he said-
flying
If
toward
it's
the
not-
sun.
Yeah. No. If it's nighttime, then you use like Earth's gravity as a slingshot to get to the sun.
What the fuck?
Come on. That's. What do you mean? What? That's like basic.
Okay.
That's how they-
This
that's how they do
is
things.
you're not a scientist. I'm not gonna take this seriously.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Scientists use.
Mister,
gravity to
you get
slip
hotter
off
when you go to the sun. But what if it's nighttime? You're not going to the sun at all, are you?
Well,
What
what
the
do you
fuck
mean?
is happening?
You're not going to the sun.
Going to
These
the-
guys are acting like.
Oh my
like
god, did you just
can't get
post
warm
something
by
that
flying
says
to the
it's
sun?
surprisingly hard to go to the sun?
This is from no. This is NASA. This is NASA saying this
NASA
shit.
said it's not easy to go to the sun.
Really?
Yeah, it's not.
Don't say.
It's because our
Why are people
okay.
telling me the sun exists at night? I know. You don't.
We know that is not up for. We all agree on EFAP that the sun does indeed exist at night. It
No,
is.
It does
I don't
not
agree
mean
with that.
if you fly up at any position or across the planet, you end up at the sun. That doesn't make sense.
No. You see, the sun phases out of existence when the lights turn off. This is basic science.
Well,
No, the
Well, I mean, it
darkness
depends
goes
if
away.
you subscribe to the whole simulation theory, then I guess the sun.
oh, we're
doesn't
all in the
exist until
Matrix,
you
but
look at
even
it.
in
No,
the
because-
Matrix world,
Hey,
they
look,
had a sun.
I'm just asking questions, all right? Jesus
They had a
Christ.
sun in
No,
the Matrix.
Even if it's a simulation, the planet still spins in that simulation. Like there are people.
No,
on
but
each
Yeah, and
side
in the
of
Matrix,
world.
the machines blocked out the
Jay
sun.
lent Galaxy brain to the
The whole-
conversation. We'll
the
get to the
whole
bottom
idea-
of things for the
Where the
time.
fuck did this conversation start? How did we get on
hat!
this?
Look, all that's important is Fringy did agree that it does look like a smirk face. Okay, we're good.
No, it didn't.
That
It
was
literally
not
does. There's a
established at
picture
all.
on Imgur, and it's there for everyone to see. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
It looks
But you know
like the
what's
smirk
fun?
face. It looks
I-
like the smirk face if it was put in like a cap. If it, like, you know when they make patterns in your coffee, it looks like
Yeah.
the smirk face was put in your coffee
Exactly.
and then let to like sit for like.
Exactly.
30
It
There you
looks
go.
years.
just
Nailed
like
it. That's 3-2.
It's 3-2.
No. I'm not saying it does look like the smirk face.
You
I'm
just
saying
started
looks
it
like
out. Yes,
I'm
you
saying
did.
it looks
Yes,
like
you did.
it looks like someone
gotta-
put the smirk face in liquid, and this is
You're
the distorted.
misrepresenting him.
This is the distorted version
Yeah, I
of it
know, it
after
looks like
30
it.
minutes after
Like,
it's
I-
been distorted.
I
like,
have-
been stirred.
It looks like a
Let's
smooth
have
case. All right.
someone from a country that doesn't exist who agrees with me, and someone who's not actually 6
So
foot
he's a
who
confirmed
agrees with
liar. If anything, this hurts your case.
I was gonna say,
'Cause
you
he's claiming
said he
to be
came from a
country
made-up
that isn't real.
universe. That means he's not even real.
Hey, look, there's 2 liars on my team, and if you have 2 liars, they cancel each other, create one big truth.
No,
I
it
think
means
the-
that's still only 1 vote for yes. So you just took away a yes for you.
No, because
no,
if
it's
you
a double
multiply
truth.
it together, then it's like 4.
Yeah.
you
1
know?
times 1 is 1.
That's true.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
true.
I'm
That is
telling-
true. Rags knows what he's talking about here. He's right.
Oh yeah, well if you multiply our votes together, 1 times 1 is 1. So ha.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you realized I was joking, but it sounds like you're very serious
This
about
isn't the
this.
time for joking.
Nope.
What?
Serious
And yet the whole.
business.
Oh, okay. Serious business. How
You think
the
we're
fuck
just
are we-
gonna? You think
Of
we're
course,
just
when he
gonna-
starts to lose, it's a joke.
You think 9 hours into a stream we're gonna just start joking? Is that what you think?
I'm gonna be so sleep deprived going to this fucking funeral.
Hey, should we move on to the next one?
Han's death in The Force Awakens was totally in the service of that film's plot. It wasn't about Han, it was about the new characters.
Oh, I hate this so fucking
That's
much.
like part of our issue, is that all of the
That's the
classic characters are killed in order for the new ones to do stuff.
I'm sorry, but it looks like Kylo's wearing a dress in this shot.
They made him go back to what he knew, but also be bad at it. To the point where they have a character say that there's no one in the universe left for him to swindle. Or galaxy, sorry. Meaning that he's fucked up with so many people that he can't even operate anymore.
Luke must have known the danger from the beginning and would have been—
Yeah, that didn't work.
Uh,
Apparently, because Luke is a psychopath. Like, why would you... Oh, I love the idea that Leia's like, you need to trade with Luke in order to be a good one. And then on the first night, Luke tries to kill him. He's like, can we get a different dude for this?
Luke knows his allies won't accept his decision, which is why he leaves them. He's not giving up on—
What?
what?
He already gave up on them.
He knows his allies won't accept his decision to, like, destroy the Jedi, so he leaves them. This is your canon? This is how you explain why Luke left Leia and Han and the world to the devices of the First Order? Because they wouldn't accept that he wants the Jedi to end? Are you fucking crazy?
Oh my goodness. What is brain? And
Sounds so
where-
beyond petty. It's like,
where'd it
I want the
go?
Jedi to end. Well, I don't know if that's a good idea. Well, fuck you. I'm going to Arc 2.
They cannot mistreat Jar Jar either. If like someone kills Jar Jar,
That's
and gets
true.
hurt, I will be mad.
Yeah, I was gonna
That
say,
fucking-
if they
TLJ created Jar Jar Defenders.
if they brought Jar Jar into the narrative and had him die, I would be upset. Unironically.
Yeah, I would.
You just
also
brought him here to
unironically be
kill
upset.
him.
Will we see his grave? Will they give the fans that satisfaction? He was a senator. He was a famous senator.
He fought at the Battle of Gunga. He was a general at the Battle of Gunga.
He's got a hero's tomb, but he's definitely dead. He died shortly after the Empire took over.
Can we go a step further?
Yeah, let's go.
And have a character come in and say, the grave of Senator Binks has been desecrated. And it appears there's bantha poodoo all over it.
Jar Jar deserves.
He was just sitting somewhere, sitting
Imagine
in
a scenario where like they get ready to kill Jar Jar. Like this is what the fans want, right?
an old Jar Jar living off his pension from the Senate, just relaxing in retirement, and then episode 9 knocks on his door and just fucking cuts him down.
Kylo violently murdered him as the representative of the boom. We're like, fuck you, sequel films. He deserved better.
Poe disregards her orders and deploys bombers to finish his attack on the—
Thank God he did.
Thank God he did.
Claps
He
for
saved
Poe.
them.
Can we get some claps for Poe? What a hero.
Thanks, good job,
He knew
Poe.
what he was doing.
Saved the
Good guy.
resistance.
goes horribly wrong and puts the entire fleet at risk.
The
Goes
plan
horribly wrong.
succeeds. The plan succeeds. They destroy the dreadnought.
It does not go horribly wrong. What do you
the
mean?
Battle.
That is not what happened.
Oh, Jesus.
Rosa's sister to sacrifice herself to save the resistance.
Which, by the
Save
way...
the resistance, you say? Save the resistance?
Question, Mr. Maker of Video. If Leia had said, yes, go for it, which seemed to be the plan up until she said no, what was the plan for the bombers? Because the only way they seem to be able to deploy their payload is to be right on top of the target in open warfare. Like, I don't think these things can survive. One TIE fighter accidentally knocks out 3 of them. It seems like these things are built to be beaten.
Wait, half a TIE fighter.
Sorry, yeah.
accidentally knocks
Half a
out
TIE
three.
fighter accidentally destroys 3 bombers, and we're...
Well, TIE fighters are like being a Jedi. You can do more damage and you're more useful if you're dead.
They find out that the people are actually a bunch of racists and a race war starts. And then like they get rescued. And someone says something along the lines of, "I didn't realize freedom meant people doing things that sucked." And it's like that's a really funny line, right? But like Quentin's interpretation of that. What was it that he? What was
Quentin's interpretation? Was that was the message of the episode that freedom is bad? Because it means that people do stuff that sucks.
It's like the most retarded service level take ever.
And over the course of the film, it's clear that Leia is right. The Resistance doesn't even have a fleet for that ship to be a threat to.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay, so fuck this. How can you be this retarded? Okay. So
He's a TLJ fan. That explains everything.
Okay.
Their fleet gets
I
destroyed
just-
across the movie.
Like, and plus, this makes no sense. Okay, is like now they don't have a ship for the enemy to they don't have a fleet for the enemy to destroy. It's like, motherfucker, nobody would be left for them to destroy if they hadn't done that.
Leia depends on Poe to take over for her, but he only understands leadership from the perspective of an X-Wing pilot.
Oh,
Like Luke-
someone who destroys the enemy, has victories,
He only
denies the enemy their assets.
Wait, hold on. He only understands leadership from the perspective of being a leader in an X-Wing squadron. Why are all TLJ fans like this?
I don't know.
They're like, it's literally better that we all die right now than expend part of our resources to save all of our lives. It's like, surely if the option is between some of us dying and all of us dying, surely one of those is better than the other.
The Freudian and pupil Bigidius are the first in history to engage in debate on the trap question. Dearest pupil, I beseech thee to abandon these explorations unto massivity. The gods erected boy kind to please girl kind, not thine tireless phallus.
Consider this, honored mentor. If it were a lad of most effete beauty, and the room were dark, would it truly be queenly to mount him in ignorance? Imagine, if you will, the shadow of a youth cast on a wall in silhouette, their groin as yet obscured.
As stimulating as I find such theoreticals, the ancient wisdom remains unchanged. If the balls do not come in contact, has a man partaken in the big gay?
But my master, are you not an ineffable champion of the subjective naturity of existence? If all about us is but a mirage of our senses, then surely the big gay, too, is up to interpretation.
The world of our senses is surely subjective. Never doubt that, fair Bigidius. But within the framework of what our eyes and peens do tell us, your summertime fling had a manhood beneath her stola. You ought to confess to your wife, O pupil.
Leave Big Tittius out of this.
Big Tittius.
Big Tittius.
The point is stated with absolutely no subtlety when Rose saves Finn from sacrifice.
Please mention the laser in the background. Please mention it.
Sacrificing
Oh,
himself.
no, I hope it's just like no, you can see it right there. I really hope that he does the same thing that Macintosh did, where he just plays the clip, and then we get to see the
explosion
fire.
Yeah. Please do it. Please be that.
Please do it. Please do it. Please do it.
Not fighting what we hate. Saving what we love.
But the film has earned that corner.
No, he can't. No.
Fuck you.
No, boo. Throws popcorn at the screen.
You left out the best part.
Damn it.
That's some
I was
shifty
getting
editing.
so ready to laugh.
Boo.
We're all
Get a
disappointed.
job.
You suck. You could have made this video go from a -10 to a -9.
Blowing up that cannon would have just delayed the inevitable.
What?
No!
No!
It would have
They say in the film the cannon's the only thing that's capable of breaching the fucking wall.
It would have literally kept people from dying.
What do you mean?
Just shoot yourself in the head. You're only delaying.
No. No,
Just
no,
like,
no,
how
no,
do you
no.
justify this?
You're so stupid.
He's like, eventually the Republic will fail, so just don't even make one.
Well, that's what he said about the Jedi. Why
Exactly.
institute a
Eventually the
10,000
Jedi
year
will fuck
peace
up.
when it's just gonna end anyway? Fucking hell.
What is it? Just shoot yourself in the fucking head. You're not gonna live forever. You're just delaying the inevitable, fighting for your life and and what you love and what you care for.
Heat death of the universe. Everybody should just kill everyone. Fuck it.
It's just life, living, people. It doesn't matter. You're all gonna fucking die. Just don't postpone the inevitable. Just kill yourself.
But the film has earned that corny line by hammering this point in from the very first minute. Blowing up that cannon would have just delayed the inevitable.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like, should we fight the Nazis? It's like, no.
We're gonna
we shouldn't,
die
'cause
anyway.
We're all mortal men anyway. We're all gonna die. Let them take over America or whatever. Fuck it.
Should we do a Medea movie for our little side project?
Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah, we could do it.
Marvel is released.
Medea
which
gets
just
an
doesn't
abortion.
seem like great scheduling to me.
It could be. I don't fucking know. I've never watched one of those.
You have to ask, which is
well, that's the thing. Is like
Medea goes to Wakanda.
That wouldn't be a far-fetched conclusion.
All right,
Medea
so here's
joins
my
the
theory, and I admit
KKK.
this could-
Medea beats Thanos.
Medea
invades Iraq.
Oh,
Passion of the Medea.
Save Private Medea.
Medea versus Godzilla.
Medea Revolution. Days of Future Medea.
The once and future Medea.
Yeah, the
Medea 2099.
The thumbnail has the movie
Star
Marvel
Trek Wrath
doesn't
of
want.
Medea.
Ready Medea 1.
Ascent of Medea.
The Medea-ing. Medea invades Iraq.
Chronicles of Medea.
Medea, but with women. The last Medea of
Zack and Medea make a porno.
Avatar.
Medea.
The last Medea.
Avengers Infinity Medea.
Children of Medea. Pacific Medea. Mass Effect. Andromeda.
The shape of Medea.
The Medea purple. Jurassic Medea. The Medea stone. The Medea tricks.
Kung Fu Medea 3.
Black Medea. Wrinkle in Medea.
Oh no.
I still can't get over
This
these
is-
Medea memes.
Yes.
Medea Battle Angel. Black Medea down.
Clockwork Medea.
Medea's Bizarre Adventure.
Brokeback Medea.
Guardians of the Medea.
310 to Medea.
The Dark Medea Rises.
Medea Skull Island.
Grand Theft Medea. Medea's, Medea
What if
3,
the White House
Medea
is
Resurrection, Medea Covenant. What would
wouldn't
what would Prometheus be? Pro Medea.
I'm surprised you didn't
Pro
make
Medea.
a video out of that.
Medeus, obviously.
Medeus.
Medeus.
That's so much.
Picturing like the dude's body with like her head, but like still muscular and blue, but she's like.
There is nothing that compares to Medea. You can put Medea in anything. And it will be just as terrible as the last one.
Yeah, they put a lot of effort into making all this. Like, gotta visualize the Medea films. It's important.
The myth version of Luke. The one that fans wanted. The infallible hero who doesn't exist.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Is he gonna say what I think he's gonna say?
A Gary Stew, if you...
No!
That's what fans wanted. Luke the Gary Stew.
What's wrong with you? Why are they like that?
Again, I'd like to remind everybody this was the
You're
convincing
gonna call
video.
Luke. You're gonna call Luke a Gary Stew, but then you people freak out every time that we call Ray a Mary Sue and actually have evidence to back it up. if anyone was convinced by this video, I have to question if your brain was functioning. Oh my god.
Maybe they were sleepy.
Sleepyisms, yeah.
King
Maybe
Arthur
they
has
just
always been a
didn't
major
actually
influence
watch
on
the
Star Wars, but
video.
it's especially clear in the new movies. Rey offers Luke his Excalibur and the chance to return as the hero, and Luke bitterly rejects it.
You see, I've reframed it within King Arthur. Now that it's better, it's like, nope, still sucks.
Whoa! Oh, God. That's fucking horrifying.
It's the Droideka movie bomb. It's horrifying.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
disturbing.
Why though? Oh my god, you can make memes. That doesn't mean you should. No. Goodness. Oh, what a terrifying creature.
I thought that was like a chicken or a turkey like rolling down the hall and then it unfolds.
Which is kind of out of character. Luke would never throw away his lightsaber like it were Oh.
Shut the
Hey,
fuck
he
up.
did the argument.
Compared those two.
Yay.
Holy shit, this guy's an idiot.
He did everybody does this one. Luke
Oh
would
my
never
God,
throw his
Luke throws away
lightsaber, would he?
something
Oh,
here.
look, he did.
Oh, only the context is
Trying to
completely
symbolize
different.
that he is not
What?
going to continue attacking Vader is the exact same as someone going, hey, is this your lightsaber? No.
What? Did you throw this used paper plate into the garbage? Well, that justifies you throwing a live grenade at a child. I mean, you're just throwing something. It's all the same. Just
Listen,
throwing stuff is all the same.
This comparison, I can't remember if it was this one or another one, but I was like, how long before they say Luke wore clothes at the OT? He does this in the sequels. He's entirely within his character.
Yeah, if Luke puts on a dress here, it makes sense because he wore clothes here. It's all the same. There's no okay, let's break down why this is an insanely stupid thing to do, and I'm disappointed in anybody who was convinced by this. So, why did Luke throw away his lightsaber in that throne room? Oh, well, what led him to do that? Why would he have done that? Why would he have discarded his weapon in that throne room? Right? Well, the Emperor told Luke to kill Darth Vader, to give in to his hate, yada yada yada, and Luke threw away the lightsaber as a symbol to the Emperor that he was not going to do that. He was resolute in his position that he would not do something that was foundationally immoral, that was wrong, that would directly result in the death of somebody that he cared for in some way, and that he wouldn't submit to the Emperor.
Well, isn't that what's going on in TLJ? Isn't it
And in TLJ,
Rey asks him to kill Vader or whatever, right? With the sword?
And I guess in TLJ, he throws the lightsaber away to give the audience a giggle. Even though Luke, like a realistic, a reasonable Luke, an actual Luke, not Jake, he doesn't even care. It's like, shouldn't you be concerned someone found you when you came to the most unfindable place in the galaxy? Like, if some chick found you with your lightsaber, who else could find you? What if it was Snoke? Could Snoke find you? Could the First Order find you? There are other people on this island. Should you be concerned about their safety? What about the safety of yourself?
You're missing the fact that he threw the lightsaber
break down
before.
are insane. The amount of ways that this breaks apart are incredible, mind-boggling.
Like I said, he seems like he's just compiled a lot of the standard arguments. We've been through these a million times. And it's as surface level as Luke threw his lightsaber before he's in character. Oh. Luke attacked Vader, that means attacking Kylo is the same. Oh.
That's true.
A big penis.
Oh, it's Twitter.
Galaxy Peen.
Research.
That's gross.
SJW.
Balin was trying to warn us. Who do you think it was that got his Twitter deleted?
I didn't know Jay had that kind of power.
That was one of the weirder jokes I've done, isn't it? I hope it was funny.
It's also the sword that rejected Kylo Ren.
It didn't reject Kylo Ren.
Sword rejected him.
Yeah, it's a lights. It doesn't think. It's a
inanimate
tool.
object.
Dude, as it flows past Kylo, it has like little hands that come out pushing away, like, yeah. Get away.
I want to go with
It's not fucking Stormbringer. It's a regular ass lightsaber.
It just like spits on him as it goes past. Fuck
No, it
you.
just as it flies past its head, it just activates and chops his head in half.
Look how much it upset him to see his ex-mother...
His father's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. He was like, man, why is this here?
His ex-mother.
My brain's clearly not realizing the connection there. I was just like, yep, ex-mother, that makes sense. Well, in my opinion, say in my opinion again. Say in my opinion again. I dare you, I double dare you, motherfucker. Say in my opinion again.
And which way is, well, in my opinion, is shoot him again.
The game is bad. Well, you know, the crap is bad. Which way? Well, in my opinion.
He recommits to torching the last remnants of the Jedi when Yoda finally sets him straight on the last theme. Failure.
Oh my
Yoda sets him on the last theme. I was... Jesus Christ.
He has to tell him the theme.
Luke, by being terrible, much like all of the failures of the Jedi because they suck, you've now learned that the thing you gotta do is die. But you gotta do it by appearing as a ghost to trick Kylo into thinking you're actually there so that a few seconds go by for Team Good Guys, okay? Springy, Shad is the most likely to kill someone he has the most weapons. Rags, are you challenging me? What the fuck? I love this one. Look at this.
Most YouTubers I've seen ignore the mythology and totally miss the point as a result.
They ignored the mythology?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You
They
misrepresented
didn't ignore
the movies how many times? You misrepresented science how many times? And you're going to tell us that we're the ones that ignore the mythology.
It's not about the money. It's about sending whites to chambers. Oh my
Whites
goodness.
to the chambers. Oh my goodness. He's on the stairs.
Robert,
Did someone
no.
just take the blur tool and just move it in a circle so that it's large enough to be Diabito?
That's like the laziest way of making a fat person I've ever seen.
Mr. Plinkett, the internet's foremost critic of the prequels, spent the first half of his review struggling to invent plot holes.
So you say to yourself, I guess it doesn't really matter how the First Order found the rebel base, right? But you know, it adds something.
Okay, so he's right right now. What happened is, and I actually spoke to ER about this as well because he did the same thing. At the beginning of TLJ, the First Order show up. Now, some people were like, "Hey, what the fuck? How did they find them? That's bullshit." The base that they're on at the beginning of TLJ is the same base they were on in TFA, which was the base that was about to get fired at by the Starkiller base. And they'd found it in TFA. There's a scene where Hux just walks in the room and says, "We have found them, blah, blah, blah." So, naturally, they know where that base is. Now, agreed, he's right. This is a mistake with Plinkett and ER's reviews. So that is less than 1% of their points are now invalid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else you got? Because he just said he's inventing plot holes. That's
What about all the other actual plot
I was going to
holes?
say, bit of a harsh interpretation, right? I'm happy for you to have that interpretation instead of it being a mistake he made. You're saying, like, you look at him, he's inventing plot holes. But I'm curious now if you're going to talk about all the ones he got right or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have their location. We tracked their reconnaissance ship to the
Yep, he's
Illumian
right.
system.
Why are they even bothering chasing down an elderly lady and all of her friends? The fuck are they gonna do?
They did just blow up their incredibly important weapon. You might remember it as a little thing.
Yeah, so what Plinkett's getting at is that if they're this all-powerful, huge force that can, like, spread across the galaxy, why are they chasing this small selection of people? Like, surely they've got shit tons of enemies to deal with.
Like an empire to run?
Yeah,
a galaxy to conquer?
That was part of the confusion. It's like, shouldn't they be... Like, Snoke is literally here, and he's got, like, what seems to be his entire fleet. Like, what are they doing? They're just chasing these guys? Like, okay, just let a Star Destroyer do it, I guess.
Like, yeah, sure. You, Star Destroyer A and B, destroy them. The rest of our fucking massive millions and millions strong army, we're gonna start going to planets and stuff, and, like, establishing dominance in the galaxy.
It's strange that they have so many people go after them like this. I don't think it's valid to say that this is a completely irrelevant point.
So there's metatext, paratext, quasi-text.
Paratext is context added by the author that's not in the actual text.
Oh.
Does it help you survive falling from a plane?
What?
What?
Oh, because wait, paragliding?
Oh!
Is that
no, parachute.
Oh.
Wait, no, paragliding applies, right? You could paraglide out of a plane, I suppose.
Maybe, I suppose. I guess you could jump from a moving plane and paraglide.
That sounds like fun. Let's do
It's
that.
just weird that you would think of that instead of parachute.
Here's how the film should have ended.
Join me.
I agree.
You probably noticed that Titanic didn't end after hitting the
It's
iceberg.
based on a real event, you retard.
Titanic's not a trilogy, you cunt.
Titanic isn't a trilogy.
It tells a completely different
Wow,
story.
how do you
Completely
compare
different
these two like
story.
that? What?
In every sense of context, that is a completely different story.
Imagine comparing fucking Titanic to Star Wars.
How do you do that? How do you say the ending of the second film should be representative of the end of a singular film? If Titanic was a trilogy, I could totally picture the end of the second Titanic film being when the iceberg hits. Bad Joker takes most of your problems are caused because of a woman. Not to take your meds. Joker hates black women. Bisexualism. And then it's Mom's fault.
Why bisexual?
I can't. What's the origin of that? I don't remember. Why the hell did they end Empire Strikes Back where they did? Do they know nothing about how Titanic didn't end? What idiots! What fools!
So like, is he saying that ending any middle thing on a cliffhanger is bad because Titanic?
I can't actually express how titanically stupid this point is. Like, it's fucking dumb.
You probably noticed that Titanic didn't end after hitting the iceberg. And Seven Samurai didn't end when the bandits arrived at the village.
It's not a It's not a trilogy.
You can't.
It's not
doesn't
a
work this
trilogy.
way.
Because
we
ending the
know
movie-
there's going to be another movie in a few years to resolve all of this stuff. It's a cliffhanger to keep us interested, and it makes sense in the universe. It doesn't break any temporal rules in the Star Wars universe to have a break between movies here.
Someone could only suggest this if they didn't even know those threads are there.
I was like, oh yeah, it worked really well the way they did it.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
Plinkett
they knocked it out of the park.
Plinkett only suggested it because he wasn't even aware of the plot threads that were actually in the film. I just love all these, like, bitter stabs. Oh, hey, look, it's the Titanic, relevant to our stream. 6 hours until the streaming cap? My god, we'll never get through those super chats. And then, rah, you massive. It's okay, Wolf, I'll swim to New York.
It's okay, well, I'm a swim to New York.
That's some good shit. And not to mention how long it would take to make this meme.
Infinity War ended on a massive cliffhanger, and in-game hype was insane.
Well,
yeah, Will.
did the
Maybe it shouldn't have because Titanic.
Have the Russos seen Titanic? I don't think so. I don't think they're.
I don't think they have. If they had seen Titanic, they would have known to not end on insane cliffhanger.
What a terrible point. This is referencing how Sargon came onto EFAP and it died. After 32 minutes of your guide, I'm still confused as to what the fuck was going on in TLJ.
They'll make fun of Leia flying through.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it looked ridiculous.
It's a little R2-D2 briefcase.
Through space, or point out an extra in the background that isn't doing what they should be.
Yeah,
you can needle
because
the
it's
originals in this way too.
choreography.
Yeah.
I don't really care if this is on someone's.
Firing this laser would have won the war. Yeah, but they didn't have any motivation to shoot an empty pod.
Yeah.
They literally thought that it was empty, so why would they waste ammo on it?
That's probably just why do it. It's like, should we fire? It's like, there's no reason. No.
Yeah,
Like
why?
they had already shot at the ship, so it stood to reason that they would believe that there was a malfunction in one of the escape pods.
And this is a dumb rabbit hole anyway. This isn't The Last Jedi. This is another movie we're not talking about.
This, ladies and
Why
gentlemen,
did
is
they
called
always do
whataboutism.
this?
They've got to. They've got to be like, oh yeah, well, this other thing bad in this other place in this other time. This movie from 30 years ago, that's not very good.
My
This one
goodness.
bit was.
You murdered this innocent person. Yeah, well, murderers have killed people plenty over time. Oh. Okay.
And if anything, like, don't you think we shouldn't make mistakes that they made back then? What's the point here? That it's okay to continue making mistakes? Like, what's the point? What are you trying to get at?
You're just hating. You guys are just hating.
Yes.
It's a big circle jerk.
Something.
List of forbidden Last Jedi defenses, it's true.
An entire legion of my best.
Yes, because people usually defend this part of the OT. People are often saying that the Ewok attack on the Stormtroopers made complete sense.
It's fun that 2 years later to see that TLJ fans are just as stupid as they were 2 years ago.
Making the same fucking arguments, too.
SS leader Heinrich Cookie Munster appears jovial as he is sworn in and reveals he enjoyed committing genocide.
What the fuck is the origin of this? I have no idea.
It's probably the Arlo stream, because he looks like Cookie Monster.
I mean, that was my guess, but what about the rest of it?
I always managed to bring up the Holocaust somehow, so maybe. Like, I don't know.
I don't even need context exactly for this. I just like it.
Oh my god. That's fucking horrifying.
Oh.
Oh my god. What is this fresh hell?
Do you like how the memes come in all shapes and sizes? There's nothing in terms of limitations.
Oh my goodness. Season's greetings.
I don't... What did we say on the Arlo stream? I've completely forgotten.
I forget. Like, I remember the stream, but I don't think I remember anything relating to, like, going to prison or genocide.
Clearly,
that part's in my memory.
Clearly we fucked up because we had some strong memes and we've forgotten exactly what they were about. You got Jeb, Diabito, Jebney, Dawn.
Crisis on Infinite
Meanwhile.
Jebs. Jeb episode. Jeb over Jebbins. It's the end of the collapse.
Look, end of the collapse.
This arrow is a clap.
Dude, look at the one where he's running, or beginning to run. He's firing a clap hand.
Is that Jay in the... Yeah, that's Jay in the back. Too.
Oh, Jay just said
God.
apparently we made jokes about Cookie Monster committing genocide. I honestly don't remember that.
Can't remember.
Details I wish I could change, like Rose smashing into Finn with enough force to kill them both.
I like that doesn't destroy any of it for him. He's like, no, it's fine. They were just lucky. It's fine.
I don't know if you like watched any of the source material.
Imagine there's just this group of people going around house by house gunning people down. And I'm like, Rags, can you team up with me to try and shoot back at them? And then you go, well, if we do that, what if more bad guys show up? I'm like,
yeah, it's a good point. I never thought of it from that perspective.
I guess we'll let everyone die. I don't know.
I guess we'll just die.
Did Yoda fuck in investigation? Well, you know, there's that character. I didn't actually know it existed until very recent. There was another Yoda alien on the Jedi Council. His name is Yaddle. I didn't know that until like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, she has a brother named Udall. And
Wow,
you know what their favorite hobby is?
Fucking.
No, no, Jesus Christ, they're related. Fucking hell! I was gonna say yodeling.
I never. Hold on. I never said that they were fucking each other.
Yoder, baby.
I was gonna say that I was yodeling.
Yodeling.
I know that would have been They're late for the Jedi Council, and they both come in, and they're just like, "Oh, sorry, I was doing some push-ups at the closet real quick. That's all right. All right. Well, what about no, Anakin? You can't be a Jedi Master." Oh my God.
What were we talking about? Rags, we really need to remember this shit.
Everyone remembers Cookie Monster genocide except for us.
We're very much out of the loop.
If he brings the Jedi back into this, then the Sith are going to rise up again, and the whole thing is going to start again, and it's just
that's
gonna be
retarded.
More misery.
How come the interviewer didn't slap you?
I really wish you were there as the interviewer. He finishes that sentiment, and you're like, "That's retarded."
That's retarded.
Well, you don't understand the fucking Force, Rags. Okay.
I don't think fans realize how vicious and hateful it gets when it all pulls together.
I don't fucking care. The kind of shit that we've been called, like, I want you to understand, we have been called Nazis because we don't like this stupid fucking movie.
We've also been accused of
misogyny.
harassing Kelly Marie Tran off of social media, even though we literally never did that.
3 of us personally have been called misogynists.
I've had somebody who desires to kill me. Like, personally, they've said they're desperate
It's
to
like,
kill
I will not take it down a notch.
And
Absolutely not.
They clarified that they simply want me to disappear. They don't want to kill me. I just...
After literally saying, I want to kill MauLer because he doesn't like The Last Jedi, the people who like this movie are literally mentally insane.
Well, this is the thing. I would say there's fucking crazy people all over the place to try and be like, "Hey guys, who don't like TLJ, just calm down." It's like, no. How about,
It's
how about everyone
it's
calm
the
down.
people who don't like it who should calm down. It's like, sure thing. Have you seen the psychopaths on your side? The big Jablowski.
Jabtarian.
Medea and the Jeb.
Jeb-Olf Jitler.
Jebwick.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Jeb.
Oh my God.
I can't imagine like being a human and having this much hatred.
That's good. That's a good meme.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's a good meme.
I've heard people say that it ruined TFA. I like to think about it because I think that if you're dealing with TFA, it's tough. The biggest problem being world building, but I think that you can actually make a sequel to TFA that makes TFA worthwhile in a trilogy, if you know what I mean.
I mean, that's the whole reason we bothered watching season 8 of Game of Thrones. We were waiting for an ending that would have made the bad seasons worth it. They don't understand what a review bomb actually fucking is. No, a bunch of people were mad because the movie sucked and they gave it a bad review. It's not a review bomb. You unintelligent simpleton.
Also, no more Force. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Down with Disney. Sure. Give us Legends. Yeah, sure. It was. What does this have to do with The Last Jedi?
I also want to say bold claim. Bold of you to say we shouldn't trust the audience, we should trust the critics' reviews. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's not that I say we should trust the audience at all. It's just judge it on its own merits. But to say, no, the professional critics, they're the ones who are going to get it right. And I'm like,
There you go. That was, I guess, part of JJ's quote. I don't know if Star Wars fans go into the movies to be told that this doesn't matter, in reference to TLJ.
Look at this crap.
What the fuck?
Do you remember?
We watched a terrible, horrible, awful TLJ defense video, and they had these weird graphs that don't make any sense.
Do you remember?
Trying to explain the balance of the Force.
Do you remember what I said? She goes to the mirror and it just goes, "Lol, no parents."
Targeted Kelly Marie Tran with racist and sexist harassment until she abandoned
Ching Chong Wing Tong.
What? Someone actually put that in a Wikipedia page. Ching Chong Wing Tong is a dumbass
Really?
character.
Hold on.
Disney made. And is a stupid, autistic, and retarded love interest for Finn. She better die in the coma because she's a dumbass bitch. What the fuck?
Where is this? I want to see this.
I guess it might not be up anymore, but this is apparently on her Wikipedia page. Oh my god.
Are you seeing that on the video?
You see that?
Ching Chong Wing Tong is the dumbest fucking Disney character made. It is a stupid, autistic, and retarded love interest for Finn. She better die to come up because she's the dumbest bitch.
I love her quote.
What's the quote? Where is it?
Hail Hitler, and I don't know why I was casted in a good movie like Hail Hitler. Biographical information, Homeworld, Ching Chong, China, born Ching Chong 0000.
Why is it Homeworld Ching Chong China? That's so shit. Oh my god. How do you point to this and go like, look at this racist harassment? I'd just be like, what is this? Oh my god.
All
That's
right, but where's the
hilarious.
lie? Oh man, that's hilarious. Whoever did this is a true meme warrior. I salute you, sir.
Wing Tong.
Oh my
Harassment
god.
until she abandoned Instagram.
Rags, look at your fresh meme made come to life. Where they say like Luke threw his lightsaber, so that means it's completely consistent. Rags is like throwing something in the litter, throwing a live grenade. It's the same thing.
Well, I'm glad I have the context.
Oh, did someone actually make that argument where he threw it in the OT? That means it's consistent.
Yes. What do you mean did someone do that? Everyone fucking says that who loves TLJ.
I've never seen that in a video before.
I
I just love that the visual rendition is someone throwing a grenade at a smiling child.
He thinks he's candy. Really hate this idea that the people who like TLJ didn't harass anyone. Bullshit.
Even though that's what they've been doing with John Boyega and J.J. Abrams.
This is what I mean.
Just
So, do you
very
remember what happened
recently.
when Luke tweeted out the picture of the original cast together but old? If you know what I mean?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
got
They
shat
fucking
on.
roasted
People-
him.
Yeah.
And all he was, this is so biased, and what actually pisses me off is that I've seen this argument a million times already, but he's made this video relatively recently. He should have all of the information, and yet he's still going with the one side. It's like, nah, it's just the haters, man. Just the fucking haters.
And in spite of that, he's supernaturally unfazed and positive about the
delusional.
fans.
Except for all the
Delusional.
instant... Hold on. Except for all the instances on Twitter where he attacks the fans.
No, that,
And in his
no.
Or in his new movie, how he made a character specifically mocking the people who don't like TLJ.
Yeah, totally not mad, bro. I can
the
read
fat,
that in
double the
Dooku's voice.
My favorite thing is like anyone who doesn't know what EFAP is reading this.
Twice the fat, double the leg.
Oh god.
Twice the fap.
They'll be bewildered.
Why?
How about you actually engage in conversation with me? No, I don't think I will.
Forget about your demands and rule books and go on the journey that they want to take you on.
Consume film.
Consume.
Why are you just like why do you not assume that we gave this film a chance? We watched it. We
I was
watched
just
it
giving
and
it a
we
chance,
analyzed
yeah.
it, and it's terrible. How do you think we found out it was bad? Of course we gave it a chance. We wanted it to be good. It ain't.
I had absolutely no reason to believe going into the movie that it would be anything less than a good movie.
I still remember seeing the trailer for TLJ and thinking, holy shit, this is going to be great. I actually thought that trailer was pretty good.
I watched the trailers repeatedly for quite a while.
Very invested, was very excited, and I got shat on, so... And now the trailers for...
It wasn't until I left the theater and got in my car and was driving home that I hate a Star Wars movie. Like, even as tismy as the prequels were, I never hated a Star Wars movie before.
Recommended as one of the best. I want to remind you guys, that was the same
awful.
fucking reason that we ended up watching the Major Lee one. People were saying that was the best argument video for why TLJ is good. They're all the fucking same.
Man, this is terrible, guys. If you thought this was good, I don't know what to say. Why haven't you seen The Mandalorian yet?
Because I don't want to.
That's not a reason to not do something.
What?
What?
What do you mean it's not a reason not to do something?
Where would you be if you just didn't do all the things you didn't want to do?
Well, that's the bad.
Can you imagine a world like that?
Where
people just didn't do the things they didn't want to do?
I guess.
Well, then my point should be proved just from that. Just from your imagining. You should
So,
be in
Wolf,
agreement.
you concede then that you must watch Mandalorian even though you don't want to.
Correct.
No.
Yes.
So
I
the
don't want to
argument
watch
goes
Wolf, it's
on.
something for us to talk about.
I don't want to watch it.
Do you not want to talk about it with us?
I don't want to watch it to talk
I
about it.
ask that.
Don't
Do
you
not
know
wanna
how
talk about
good
with
it
us?
is?
You guys have told me that it's really bad after episode 2.
I know you'll love it, and we could talk about it. We can
Me
talk
and
about how bad
Rags-
it is
If
together.
it gets bad after episode 2, then
then
why
we
would
can
I
talk about it.
Me, Rags and I have said nothing but good things about Mandalorian.
I love Mandalorian's beginning bits. I enjoy Mandalorian episode 1. See, you start off high. You like being high, right, Wolf?
What the
If
fuck
I'm
are
being
we
too
doing
subtle
here?
for
I
you?
don't... Why is Bill Burr in that?
You know, that's a good question, considering his character isn't funny or likable in any way.
I don't know about. I liked him. I liked it.
Well, I mean, I guess he was fine, but like you would think that if you hired a famous, talented comedian like Bill Burr, you'd be like, hey, maybe he'll make us laugh once or twice because he's a comedian and he makes jokes. Well, you would be mistaken.
I mean,
this is Disney Star Wars.
Yeah, but he's not even a half bad actor in general. He just comes across as like
It's
real.
fine.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean. He doesn't have to
the
be
problem
funny.
is you look at
Does
him
he
and you
have
see
to be
Bill
funny?
Burr. You don't see a character. You see
Wait.
Bill Burr,
Okay.
stand-up
Actually, let's
comedian.
pitch the joke he makes to Wolf. See what Wolf thinks. All right. So
I can't actually remember what it is.
No,
so you have to...
I got it. So there is an exchange that implies stormtroopers are bad aims, bad shots, and then Bill Burr is like, I wasn't
a stormtrooper.
Yeah, he says I
Oh, wait,
wasn't a stormtrooper, smart ass.
Stormtrooper.
What do you think, Wolf? What do
So
you think
like,
of that joke?
well, okay, your delivery was kind of catastrophic, but the point of
Wait,
the
what's
joke.
wrong with the delivery?
I don't even think that's how it went.
Yeah, no, he says smart. He says I wasn't a stormtrooper, smart
Yeah,
ass.
he says that at the end, sure, but like the build up is important.
Okay, give me the
point-
do
the
it. What
point I'm
you
trying
do it
to get
better.
at is-
Do it.
I don't even remember it. I just know
Oh.
that wasn't good.
Oh, so you call someone else out. They're not
I
delivering it
don't
perfectly.
remember
You can't even do
what
it.
the shape of Italy is, but if I saw it, I'd know it was wrong.
You can't. No. If you can't make The Last Jedi, you cannot criticize it.
I don't
can't
know
make The
what
Last
in
Jedi.
the
I don't think I
hell
could-
is happening here.
Okay, the point is, one, I couldn't make The Last Jedi if I tried. Two, that The Mandalorian has confirmed in universe that stormtroopers not being able to shoot is an actual thing.
Yeah. So like he's like, oh,
What?
I'm a pro Imperial guy, and then Mandalorian's like, lol, and then he's like, lol, I
Like,
wasn't a
oh,
fucking
we're not gonna hit
stormtrooper,
anything.
smart ass, as if to say stormtroopers are canonically stupid and can't aim properly.
Even though that's not a thing at all that actually exists. The whole stormtroopers can't aim is built off of people not
It's
understanding
memes.
that they specifically weren't trying to hit people in episode 4.
What do you remember? Yeah, not only that, you're right, but Obi-Wan says that they're like really fucking good. Do you remember that? Like
Imperial stormtroopers.
fucking terrifying. they will melt your
Shoot you
aunt
in
and
the
uncle at a
fucking
moment's
face.
notice.
They will fuck you up.
So
Don't mess with them.
So like it's frustrating. It was frustrating to me and Rags to hear this acknowledged that stormtroopers suck.
They are trying to. Is this Disney? This just their latest greatest attempt to do what they can to chip away at the OT. Like, remember the OT? Yeah, it was shit.
I suppose
you,
that
like our new
you could
people,
apply it to
right?
the sequels as well. Stormtroopers are in that too.
This sounds terrible. Why would I ever want to watch this show?
No, this was no, Wolf. No. This was only but a taste. This was only but
I was
a
actually
tiny
gonna
little
say
part of
this
it.
episode's way
Don't
worse
worry.
than that.
Yeah.
And I want to clarify though. I thought Bill Burr was he did what he
Bill
could.
Burr was fine. Bill Burr was
I
fine.
suppose I
He
would
just
say that for
wasn't
every
funny.
actor person in all of The Mandalorian. Everyone's doing what they can. I feel like we're the 4 people in this fucking universe that have the take that we have about Mandalorian, where it started good and just got worse. Because everyone else seems to think that it started bad and got good. So he like gets a crew in 6 for the first time. He's not like ever worked with a crew. And the crew consists of Clancy Brown, right? Who, if you don't know, the most well-known position I think people would know him from is he's the drill sergeant in Starship Troopers. He's quite cool. Oh shit, Clancy Brown was the voice of Mr. Krabs. I didn't even know that.
Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs is voiced by a woman? Clancy is a female name, right?
What's happening? Okay, so and the last person is Richard Iowadi, who I was watching Nerdrotic's review of the episode and he says Iowade, I think, and I don't blame him for it because it's such a fucking weird name. It's just like a collection of vowels.
Strange name.
But the only reason I pronounce it that way is because that's what I've heard him say his own name as on panel shows in Britain.
I can't wait to see who plays Darth Uchi.
Yes. But it was a really cool crew, I think, in terms of actors and roles to play, you know? It could have really worked. I just didn't like the episode at all. There you go, we reviewed Mandalorian, Rex. We did it.
Oh, yay!
Thank goodness we got that done, because I think people were getting upset that we hadn't talked about it.
Alright, listen, chat. It's finally caught up. First off, fuck you. Clancy sounds like a woman's name. I would never name my son Clancy. That's like Nancy Drew's sister, Clancy.
You'd name
Drew.
your daughter Clampsy?
I wouldn't name anyone Clampsy. Maybe I would name, like, if I had a tool, like a wrench or something, I might name it Clampsy. I wouldn't name a human being Clampsy. Or Clancy.
Kick-ass spin-off channel from Downward Thrust that's going to be featuring a whole bunch of cool videos. I've got the persona of being quite serious on Downward Thrust.
There you go. That's the picture, guys.
Oh, we're back
That's
home. We're safe.
I feel so
So I'm gonna let loose on this channel and just do whatever the fuck I want. Upward Strike is basically going to be my experimentation chamber.
So this is Tonald without standards, the channel.
Isn't there only 4 videos on this channel, though?
Here, there's not going to be any standards. We're just going to go with the flow.
I can't believe he actually
and see where it takes us. So join me on Upward Strike. Make sure to subscribe here for some awesome future free content.
Yes.
Because I truly care about bringing you the highest quality content at absolutely zero cost.
I care about bringing you the highest quality content with 0 cost. Oh, I love you, man. You're great.
I don't have an accent from the place I'm from.
Yeah, I don't sound like I'm from Wales either, do I?
Exactly, that's what I said. That's my point.
Yeah, but I'm from Wales, so...
Sounded like a Jamaican or something.
Yeah, no, this is a Welsh accent. I don't give a shit if you think it's like Jamaican, mate. That doesn't fucking matter, does it? That's fucking stupid, like, innit? Like, just because it's not in, like, movies and stuff doesn't mean you don't know what it sounds like. Like, fucking Dr. Dolittle over there is going to be having the Welsh accent. But he's, like, whispering and shit. It's fucking stupid.
MauLer, is this your real voice and you're
like the
now
fact
letting it out?
that are you fuckers like not aware of how the Welsh accent sounds like?
No, I've seen Torchwood.
Who is this part of you? I've never met
this is literally the Welsh accent, you fucking idiots. Like,
I feel like you're an adequate yet sloppy lover.
What?
Adequate.
We need to test this out.
I don't mind being considered adequate.
I feel like
That's all right
I have
with
no
me.
problem getting fucked, but it would just be really messy, you know?
No, like, I'm fucking
would
adequate.
not
I'm
be
alright with it. I'll settle with adequate. That's alright, man.
Is this because Rex? Is this because of the accent?
Like,
Yeah, it's very
unironically,
strange.
one of the big reasons why I wanted to separate myself from the Tisby Welsh language was when I was in high school. One of someone like annoyed someone else, and he, outraged with this scenario, said, "Oh, why'd you do that for?" And I was like, "Yeah, the Welsh accent is fucking balls. So is the words they use. They sound like cavemen. Why'd you do that for?"
It's like, oh,
That's all for now. Actually, what I will say, though, is this one thing before I let you go.
What is it?
Fuck cooked carrots.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, is this
I didn't realize you were into that.
I had no idea. Tell me more.
I'll have to give it a try.
Yeah, I need to know. What are your reasons about why? I didn't know he had this whole time. How long has he harbored this vitriol underneath his skin for cooked carrots?
Cooked carrots, man. Pieces of shit.
Does he prefer them raw?
Let's find out.
Is there anyone else out there who absolutely fucking hates
Which end do you like
cooked
to insert best? Tonald?
mushy carrots? I don't know about you guys, but when I go to sleep at nights and I think about cooked carrots,
When he goes to sleep at night and thinks about cooked carrots.
Man, I'm thinking about like dick and video games I've played and shows I've watched, and I don't know. I don't think about cooked carrots, man. Cooked carrots. Oh my god. What is
No wonder they wanted us to cover this.
Gives me fucking nightmares. And, it's weird.
Carrots give him nightmares.
Because a raw carrot, I've got no problems with a raw carrot. I mean, you dip that shit in some hummus, delicious. You can even eat it raw in a salad or something like that. But as soon as you apply some sort of heat or, liquid heat.
Liquid heat.
Liquid heat.
Would
that was
just
my
be
stage name. Yeah.
Boiling water?
I love it.
Liquid heat.
Thank you so much.
Once you apply some liquid heat, like hot water, I guess.
It transforms it from a perfectly acceptable food item, or vegetable, I guess.
Why is this in your introduction to your second channel? What are you thinking?
It's because Tonald is like, you know what people like? People like when I'm spontaneous and kind of quirky. So what can I do? Oh, I don't like cooked carrots. That's good enough as anything, I guess.
Wow.
You could say, to a monstrosity of epic proportions, an absolutely disgusting piece of food that you should throw into trash.
You know the guy that you see press the lever on the Death Star? He was a bad character.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we know about his life? Does he have any hobbies? Does he play tennis?
We're gonna have another
Where's the
Don
plot around
situation
him?
here. We generate this whole thing for this guy.
He was just having a good day at work. He called his daughter. He's like, "Yeah, I'll be home late. I'm late at work, but go to bed early. Tell your mum that I love her.
He's
I
like
love
blissfully
that
unaware
kid."
of what this. He's blissfully unaware of what the station even does. He's just like, I
Exactly.
just work for the Empire. Trying to put food on the table.
They tell me to push a button and pull a lever, and it makes a funny pew sound. And that's what I do.
My wife got injured on the job. Darth Vader comes by. He's like, "Good work, good job. You're doing a good job. Keep it up."
Pulling
He's
that
like,
lever. I don't know.
Hey,
if anyone
honey,
else here on the
Darth
desk
Vader
is gonna pull that
complimented
desk
me.
better.
Honey, make a cake for Vader.
Vader's coming over for dinner. Can you imagine, like,
Oh god, I got
at his
it.
house for dinner? And he's like, "Oh, that was very good. I'll
Is
pass
water
my
wet?"
compliments on to the Emperor for you." It's just like, I'm moving up, honey. I might be working with the Emperor. I just gotta go into work tomorrow, and all I gotta do is flick a lever. It's gonna be great. I'll see you tomorrow. Then he blows up, and it's just like
And when you work for Darth, those upper positions are always, becoming available. So you're always moving up in the chain.
There's a lot of room for growth, a lot of potential for moving up.
You have the celebration, the medal scene in A New Hope. It all works out, and then there's this epilogue scene where these series of stormtroopers arrive in a car and they come out with this whole thing, this little house. And there's the wife.
a folded Empire flag.
Yeah, she's got a little kitchen outfit on. She's like, "I've just got the spaghetti bolognese is ready for food."
Better not be bloody shepherd's pie!
It's like,
God,
I'm so sorry.
Chad.
God, imagine how many people they'd have to visit for that. They'd have to go out 1 million houses. He wasn't a good character too, so fuck him.
What's up,
He's
guys?
got a
I
guitar?
thought I'd play a little bit of a song
Oh my God,
to
he's gonna play us a
commemorate
song.
our opening of Upward
Oh my
Strike.
God.
Really excited about this channel, as I am this lovely Breedlove guitar. No, this is not an
I
advertisement.
don't know what I
This
want
is-
more. I don't know if I want him to be terrible or if I want him to be really good.
What if he was?
Serenade us.
What if he was godly?
Please
What if
serenade
he's
us,
like
Lord Tonal. You
angelic?
secretly like the second coming of Stephen Vai?
can do it, man. You can do it.
My crown jewel, my girl, my
Adam
my
Jones
lover,
us, please.
another mother, as they say. So let's play a little bit of a tune here.
He's gonna sing too.
Wow, he's good.
This is the most diverse Tonald video ever made.
I know.
I wish he made more of these, honestly. Tonald, you're actually good. What the fuck? He's actually good.
You didn't sing.
Total,
Oh,
more of
maybe we'll get
that.
another-
More of
Total,
that.
do more.
Oh my
Do more.
god. Oh my god. Do you see this?
What?
The thumbnail?
Oh,
Why
you-
Vanilla WoW was so memorable? Look at the L's. He fucked up on the thumbnail, and so he drew the little thing at the bottom of the eye to turn into an L.
Oh my god, hang on, I gotta get this on screen.
Oh my god! Wait to see if this is real. He actually.
Okay, no. Why? What?
He drew on the L's.
Oh wow!
So memorable. Okay.
Oh my.
It's true. It's true.
Why did he just remake the?
You can't just remake it. It's real. This is the actual.
He had to have intentionally hit the I button 3 times, made the thumbnail, and then decided to draw them on rather than just going in and retyping.
I love the little legs that you're on. They're great. They just underneath everything else in the sentence. It's like, oh, it's fine.
They're overlapping each other.
This is so beautiful.
That is classic Tonald, man.
This redeems everything we've had to go through.
Yep. It was all worth it, folks.
It's amazing how he got everything together. He got his wording, and then at the very last moment, he was like, "Fuck! It says vanilla. I have to change it. Should I just redo the letters? No, I can't redo the letters because I only made the speech box so big, and the L's would make vanilla wider, and it wouldn't fit in the little thought bubble. So I have to just draw them on by hand."
I can imagine him like whipping out Microsoft Paint and like struggling to keep the cursor straight with his mouse.
This means that we'd probably have to lock down our dialogue a bit early.
Because in The Force Awakens, the tragedy is that Kylo will destroy her. Pussy. Fantastic.
We can stop helping to normalize Nazis.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my. Oh, there we are.
Pentagram.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Holy fuck! I have never seen a more terrifying rendition of me. Oh my god!
Oh wow! I'm swinging my rope. I got the pentagram on my chest.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
Goliath.
After EA's less than stellar treatment of the Star Wars franchise lately, I had more or less expected Fallen Order to land somewhere in the ballpark of painfully average to a bucket of deep-fried crap. For me, Star Wars has actually been going downhill for years. Jar Jar Binks, the laughably fake CGI, midichlorians, him, and culminating with the unholy apocalypse that is The Last Jedi.
Oh, man's got some opinions. Man's got some opinions.
TLJ's the unholy apocalypse, fellas.
Well, yeah. If Tonald understood themes and characters, then
I can't believe that Tonald actually has the cognitive functionality to be able to say that TLJ is bad, but the last guy that we just watched can't come to that same conclusion.
Oh, it's Tonald's fault. He's
yeah, but how much? How smart do you have to be? You have to be super smart to not see it's bad.
I severely underestimated how intelligent Tonald actually is.
To my surprise, and thankfully, EA finally did what any sane publisher would do with a
He's like, the way he speaks. To my surprise, and thankfully, he was like, wait, what?
Surprise, and thankfully, EA finally did what any sane publisher would do with a competent developer partner. Stay out of their way. Fallen Order is the first piece of Star Wars media I've consumed in 10 years that I've been fully satisfied with the exception of Rogue One on film. Cal's Adventure is the classic race.
Can you pause it? We're almost 2 minutes into this video, and I'm like not able to pick it apart.
Yeah, he's so far it's pretty sound.
It's like actually kind of solid.
Makes
I
sense.
mean, I
so
disagreed
far.
with a couple of his takes, but not like huge disagreements.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
He's come a long way.
bizarre.
Oh, I'm getting cold, so you're gonna have to hold on to that
Okay,
one.
Jay, decipher this.
Okay, so the Isle of Man flag is being destroyed. Unfortunately.
Yeah, alright, I bought some garfish and cooked
Did he
that.
really not mute himself?
But he did mute himself, but he unmuted to speak on the phone.
Oh my god.
Carry on.
Yeah, I'm
There you go.
alright. I bought some fish.
Australians, what can I say?
Fish buyer.
So I wasn't alright, but I bought some fish and now I am.
Yeah.
So let's
Honey,
become like
I was really feeling down, but I bought some fish and everything just turned around. Things are looking up.
can still hear him.
Fringy, tell us what fish it was.
You guys want to take bets on what kind of fish it was?
Tilapia.
I think it was a nice salmon.
We've got to keep going on these memes.
What kind of fish was it?
Yeah, Fringy.
It was garfish.
It was Garfield.
No, like a real fish.
It was
What was it?
garfish.
No, what
The
was
fuck is
Yeah,
garfish?
garfish.
Not like
Are
a
you
real
kidding
one.
me? I had garfish. That's what I'm telling you.
Garfield fish? What is that?
But why was it on a Sunday?
What do you mean on a Sunday? You don't even understand what that's about.
I know, we
Oh,
only heard your side of the conversation, so we now need the context.
I don't want to give it to you.
Well, you
It's my
said...
Oh,
you
it's
also
is it shady or
This
is it
is
saucy
very,
or what? Why are you
very
hiding it from
suspicious.
us?
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah.
Fringy, are we not your best friends? Your only friends?
Jesus Christ.
No, he's got his garfish dealer.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, explain how Garfield became a fish.
Okay, well, here's the context. So I got some garfish, and I was talking about how great it was that my garfish dealer was available on a Sunday to give it to me because he's not normally.
You have an actual
fuck is-
garfish dealer?
Is Garfish slang for something?
Hold on.
Is
Do I
that
need
is that
to
the
show
big
you-
is
do
that
I
the
need
big
to-
crack? Is that what that is?
Is Garfish
Do I need
slang
to
for
show you-
coke?
I just assumed that you guys knew what garfish is, or maybe it's just.
Oh my
an
god,
Australian
it's
one.
a fucking it's a curvy
No,
fish.
it's not. Garfish are in fucking the United
Look at
Kingdom.
that.
Holy shit.
Well, we don't.
Garfish
We don't. Look at this. Look at this. It's a sea
It's
fish.
in your waters. Yeah, I know what it
No,
is.
look at that. It's like
What
oh, which
is
one am I
that?
facing?
A fish that broke its back. What? Why does this fish exist?
Fringy, even if they're in our waters, I'm not sure that we eat them.
I've never heard of garfish because when you say that, over here we have alligator gar and stuff like that, like fucking fish that are angry with lots of teeth and stuff.
Oh, it seems
But,
like they vary quite dramatically in size. So we've got that big one that I just put in. We've also got this one.
Apparently, remarkable Republicans in the chat who wants to debate us.
We're debating garfish. Wait your fucking turn. So, Friggy, garfish, real or fake?
It's real. I ate it. Then again, Australia is a made-up country.
That's
so
just
wait,
what a
hold on.
fucking liar would say.
You ate the garfish and didn't
I didn't
share?
eat like. Huh? What are you talking
Fringy,
about?
why didn't you share your garfish with us?
You always
Oh,
share
sure.
your garfish.
I just like put it in my computer and send it to you.
Fringy, important question, okay?
Yeah, it looks like
I'm-
it slips
I'm
right
right
through
there.
the Ethernet cable.
Fringy, important
Yeah.
question, okay? Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it was a good joke that they commented on the inaccuracy of the stormtroopers in Mandalorian Episode 6?
What do you? Oh, yeah, it was kind of funny.
Rags, assault him.
No, I don't want it to be like an in-universe thing that stormtroopers are incompetent and can't aim.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. All right, I'll walk it back.
Oh, all right then.
Wow.
Well, all right then. Back to garfish.
Back to garfish.
Back to garfish. What's there to talk about?
We don't
we
believe
have
garfish exist. I think that's an Australian conspiracy.
Well, it's part of the Australian conspiracy. They've world builded like loads of the loads of the wildlife. So
It's
people believe
world
it
built,
exists.
idiot.
World builded.
God, you're so
They
stupid.
world builded it.
This is weird because the video is called Woke Star Wars. I'm not 100% clear on what he's referencing yet, but I'm excited.
I guess we'll find out.
Lead up to the finale. However, they nailed the rest of it. Fallen Order is an extremely fun action-adventure game that you can pick up and beat in 15 hours without the need to repeat it as an all-inclusive package. Under the heavy hand of modern corpulent game design, that might not be a worthy proposition for a gamer who wants an all-you-can-eat buffet in every single game he or she owns. However, for those who like our game experiences concise and punchy, Fallen Order fits the bill nicely. Character threads are mostly fleshed out, Cal's character arc feels natural, and the motives make sense. This is a game that plays like a video game but acts like a movie. Introduction and setup, sudden conflict, rising action, all in 15 hours of straight to the point, no BS gameplay. Gotta admit, this is a pretty goddamn nice breath of fresh air, and to be assumed mostly independent of EA's influence.
Pretty nice breath, fresh air. Did he skip the of?
This is a pretty goddamn nice breath of fresh air, and to be assumed mostly independent of...
Rewind that and slow hold it.
Gotta admit, this is a pretty goddamn nice breath of fresh air, and to be assumed mostly independent of EA's influence as a publisher.
Influence.
Remarkable Republican asks, who is Wolf?
Hey Wolf, do you know who Remarkable Republican is?
I've known who Remarkable Republican is for quite a while.
Wait a minute, is that the? Hold on.
That's the guy. That is the guy.
It's the guy who wanted to make a colony on Mars. Yes.
Right. We need to go to Mars and make it all white.
Yeah, and privatize the military. If he joins the Discord, I could theoretically get him in here just for a cameo.
Yes.
Okay.
Free from subjugation, Respawn was able to make the game they wanted to make without all the BS that comes with the madness of modern gaming propaganda. Holy shit. A game
Alright.
Oh, that's a classic tone.
Holy.
Can we just rewind that again?
Without all the BS that comes with the madness of modern gaming propaganda. Holy shit. A game developer sets out, makes the game they want to, and it's good. Shocking. Overall, the game is small in scale, but it packs a punch. Trilla as the villain is completely badass, not to mention hot as fuck.
Why are you doing that? That just makes it sound like he's saying his literal shit.
Poop.
Roll out of the way of the overhead attack, block the 3-hit swiping combo, dodge the
What did he say?
unblockable.
Dodge the 3-hit swiping combo, I think.
Still fun though.
So fun.
That's because combat is fun in Fallen Order across
It's
the...
still fun though, and that's because Fallen Order's combat is fun.
Well, who could argue with that?
Cal's lightsaber feels weighty yet fluid.
Do you still feel that Vader is a ripoff of RoboCop?
Oh no, I looked that one up. I guess you got me. So, if you were in a spaceship and landed on Mars and you wanted to go outside, what would you wear?
And you could wear a spacesuit, I guess, right?
I mean, yeah, that would be my choice.
What an odd question, Jay. Why would you ask him that?
Yeah, Jay.
There's
say,
context.
Like wellies? What did you think?
Wellies?
It's like,
Wellies on your spacesuit if you want. Hey, only wellies.
What's wellies?
Wellies are like big old rubber booties to prevent the mud from getting to your socks.
I don't think wellies are pressurized.
Hey,
okay then.
Just because you say that doesn't mean it's true,
not
Jay.
the cheap, shitty ones, but the expensive wellies.
Expensive wellies.
The space wellies. I'm imagining someone on Mars wearing wellies but nothing else.
This is unironically one of the best videos we've covered on EFAP.
Yeah,
This is
this actually is.
it's so weird. Like, remember when he was showing those clips from like movies and shit? They actually like made sense in the context with what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas usually that doesn't happen.
It was really bad about it in the past, where it would just be him cycling through a menu and then randomly cut to him walking down a hall
Yeah,
in another game.
He is improved. Like I don't know what else to say. Like this is we needed
This
the end,
is-
but wow.
It's like he watched us and actually took the criticism to heart.
Yeah.
Tonald, this is unironically a pretty good video. I don't agree with everything he said, but this is genuinely good.
Do you think it was a smart decision to put the catapults at the front of the army in Game of Thrones? I mean the trebuchets, sorry.
Yeah, I do.
Why?
The reason is they assume that the armies of the night would arrive by day, so that way they give you the maximum time and space to fire at them from afar.
But that's not the maximum time and space. They're in the front of the army.
Yeah, but if they're behind the castle walls, they don't have a clear line of sight.
That's the if they're behind the walls.
Well, trebuchets don't need a line of sight. You fling it up and over.
Yeah, that's like their advantage is that they don't need a line.
Are you fucking retarded? Do you not know how trebuchets work?
Actually, don't be so mean to him because he doesn't know how a trebuchet works. Okay.
If you fire, I mean, no, I've looked this up. I mean, I've learned a lot of stuff about military things since I did my privatization series. But when you're firing,
we privatize our trebuchet.
Okay,
look, you lose a lot of velocity, so the range you'll have when you're firing in a howitzer mode is not very great.
But you realize having them behind the castle walls gives them more range than having them in front, closer to the enemy army.
The big thing is, right, no matter how much range you gain from putting them at the front, you have zero range when they're destroyed first. It's the army comes and destroys them.
But
Like,
once
that's
the dead close, they're not going to be useful anyway unless you're willing to kill your
I
own guys.
disagree.
Why would the zombies arrive by day? Why would they?
Why would they not? There's, I mean, if you think about it,
Because their whole thing is night. Have you paid attention?
Their boss is called the Night
I've not
King.
seen the show, and I am aware of this.
also existed during the day. I mean, we see pictures of them during the day. I mean, it's not
If
like
they're all,
You're
if
right.
they're all, if their
They did-
strategy is to rush the castle with melee weapons, wouldn't it be advantageous to use the cover of night?
No, but he said they exist during the day too.
You're saying that they actually that their strategy worked because it was at night.
that helped a lot. I mean, because
So why would they go in the day?
It makes sense that they would do it at night then. Like, it makes perfect sense.
I mean, yeah, if they can plan it that precisely, but I mean, sometimes it's hard to know how
I
long
guess
it's
they
going to
can.
take.
Night
them
is
to
half
walk.
of the 24-hour period. Is darkness. So
You know, like I said,
And also, it's winter, isn't it? If it's winter, it's even longer. Like, in fact, it's more likely that it's going to be nighttime.
It's a recipe that calls for a heavy dash of Dark Souls, a glug of Prince of Persia, and a sprinkle of Metroid.
What does that mean?
It's a glug.
A
You know,
glug, a
like
drink, like-
it's more than a sip.
For Fallen Order, there are so many avenues for potential fuppery that it boggles the mind.
What was that?
I guess we got to slow hold him again.
Potential fuckery, was it? Okay, back to slow.
Giving equilibrium is a disaster waiting to happen. For Fallen Order, there are so many avenues for potential fuppery that it boggles.
Potential puppery. That's what it sounds like.
Puppery?
I'm pretty sure he meant to say fuckery and he's blocked it out, so it just sounds like fuck puppery. I don't know.
One of you guys criticized the fact that they had the Dothraki charge, but I mean, that's how
Yeah,
cavalry
because that's
works.
retarded.
No, that's not how
that's
cavalry
not light
works.
cavalry.
Buddy, you don't know
No.
anything about military
No,
tactics.
you don't use light cavalry to start a frontal assault against the enemy.
They literally had no backup or support. They were sent in to die.
Swords and no
You
Okay, guys think knights work.
Mr. RR, you realize they all died immediately.
They all became zombies.
basically just saying, here, have some troops.
They all didn't die immediately because
Yes, they did.
in the next episode, and there were a lot of Dothraki around. They
Yeah,
killed
but
them.
that's because the show's bullshit. They basically said that they had, like, more
Because
guys than they did.
What are you gonna believe, the editing or you're lying?
Why are you
Thing two
posting
is-
wellies?
We've only had a very limited line of sight, so we actually don't know if some of them were able
How could
to
they
deliver their
possibly
lances and
have
ride off.
How could they have possibly lived, though? Like, surely they would have come back, you know, the same way that the zombies did, but they didn't. It was just nothing but zombies, so they're all dead.
How many Dothraki zombies did you see?
Dude, they're all dead.
All
of the swords went
hold
out
on,
as they were
hold on,
being
hold on. No. Did you miss the part where the Night King raised the dead?
Where were the Dothraki zombies? They just rode
They
off.
were in the crowd that he raised the dead.
They were
from.
attacking Daenerys and all those guys.
Are you trying to argue to us that the fact that they were dead rather than zombies is a win?
I think you guys are overestimating the number of Dothraki who got
I think
killed.
I think you're overestimating the amount of functioning brain cells in your empty little head.
Oh, calm down, Wolf. It makes total sense that if I know it doesn't, but
Wolf, leave him alone.
I mean, how many cavalry charges have you led lately?
How many have you led?
I haven't led any, but neither of you.
Okay, so we're on even footing.
So none of us
pick it up.
can say anything about cavalry charges because we haven't been in them. Is that how it works?
I haven't drank battery acid, but I...
They rely heavily on momentum in space. That's why you have a force, why you get mobility.
Yeah, but what good is that going to do if you're basically running into a brick wall of dead people? It's just a wall of zombies. You're gonna die.
They have short swords. All of these
plus, you can't see
cavalry
shit.
have little short swords.
It's pitch black. They don't even see them until they're like a meter ahead of them, and then they're all dead. It's like what? It was a stupid idea.
You can see all their swords going out.
The better course of action definitely would not have been sending your cavalry in as the front, like the full frontal assault, to die instantly and be used against you.
It is a game that woke Star Wars from the brink of death on the gaming front. And
he used woke in the
like
correct
literally being woken. Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely not what I.
Yeah, I wouldn't title the video that way. Not when the connotation with woke in Star Wars is pretty obvious. I mean, the title doesn't make any sense. And I understand what he was going for, but it really shouldn't. He shouldn't have titled it that way. But otherwise, this is
pretty strong video. For the amount of time he spends, I'm blown away. What can we say?
EFAP began to shit on Tonald. A year later, he's actually put out a good video.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Well,
Tonald, I'm so proud of you.
Our boy's grown up.
Mm-hmm.
He's become
he's
genuinely
become a man. Make more of this. I would actually subscribe to you unironically.
Oh my god! He's become everything and more.
Do you think it's that he took like loads of time, or do you think that he was just really passionate about this game and so thus passionate about the video?
Maybe
that might be the case.
Someone in the chat said that maybe Tonald is so apolitical he doesn't actually know what wokeness is.
Oh gosh, you might be correct.
Look at those claps in chat. Look at that.
Very good, Tonald. You
Tonald.
did it.
Congratulations, my
So proud of you.
Fuck. Everyone go give this
bad at
video a
all.
like and like say we want more of this.
Yeah. Go
It's
for
a
it, Tonald.
pretty good review.
That was good.
Take it home, buddy.
Tonald, you just offered us the best video we've ever watched in the history of EFAP.
That might actually be true.
It might actually,
You have to attack
No,
somewhere.
then don't even use
They
them
don't
at
have
all. Then
visibility.
just put them like just put them with all the other dudes.
They didn't wait until the zombies were against the wall and then they flank from the sides of the
Like
castle. or
basically,
something.
this would be. I mean, this would be like if you had people swimming across the English Channel to invade Normandy, and then they all died. And then they're like, "Oh shit!" Yes,
It doesn't happen until much later in the battle.
Which he could have done at
We're
any time at his
trying
choosing.
You have no idea if the Night King or any of his subjects raised the dead between that moment and later. You have no idea.
And we know for sure it happened at least once.
Your entire argument rests on the idea that the White Walkers decided not to raise the dead at that point.
I might not have needed to. They seem to have had a lot of numbers going into that.
You're
battle.
right. You know what? You're right. They had millions anyway. Why even
Who cares? Why need more people?
Because if you can do that at any point, your casualties are irrelevant. You can give the other side a false sense of hope, then raise the dead and be like, "Gotcha."
A false sense
of hope.
The zombies.
Have a false sense of hope.
Yeah, they were looking really hopeful throughout that.
Why would the zombies want to give them a false?
Can you imagine
Let's give them a false sense of hope by giving them loads of free troops and killing loads of our guys.
That is a military tactic, man. Like, you have a bunch of dudes surrounded, and you're just like, "Here, use this gun. Go on. I'll give you a sporting chance to kill us. Go on, do it." It's like
The ultimate 4D test tactic is just killing your own troops.
to own the zombie. Kill your own troops to own the Zed.
I mean, if you didn't think the dead would get back up, I mean, it kind of makes sense.
They know
make
what they
the big
do,
strike.
though. They know how this works.
Do they all know that? Because
I feel like the tacticians knew this.
They
I mean,
literally,
sure.
it's literally called the Army of the Dead.
They saw it at Hardhome. I haven't even seen the show, and I know that witnessed them raise the dead at Hardhome. He would have told everybody, by the way, they could raise the dead to fight in their army.
I want to remind you, Rags, that we said if we
naughty.
replace Gandalf with Hitler, I think it would make for a very Lord of the Rings Mine Towers.
I don't think it showed that many civilian deaths. I think people were reacting a little too
destroyed the whole
quickly to
city.
it.
The whole city was on
fire. Warfare civilians often got killed. It wasn't exactly.
That doesn't mean you go out of your way to kill them.
Hey, they just happened to be in the way. And she was mostly going after Lannister
Specifically targeted.
She
a
even
crowd of
admits
civilians.
that she killed children in the next episode. What are you talking about?
She saw them there, but she still had to clear the street. You know?
She had to clear the street.
All right.
She had to clear the street of screaming
No
children.
women and children would get in the way of the invading army.
I'm sure John was very thankful that those children are out of the
I mean, that was the problem with John.
Yeah,
in
we
that
wouldn't want to let
episode,
those
is that
kids
he
get
didn't
hurt by the
understand how
army.
a sack worked.
You don't understand how what works,
He
sorry?
didn't understand how the sack of a city worked. I mean,
Buddy,
not
you
only
know,
are the men
I don't think
Oh,
you get
yeah, I
to
don't
tell
think
anyone
that's the
or any.
position you should be saying right now.
This is
So,
amazing.
like, you know how when Germany invaded Paris, they didn't just kill every single person that was in the city? You know that, right?
Their
Even
mistake, right?
The city
kill
surrendered.
everybody.
Why would they?
mistake.
Yeah, they surrendered in the show.
Yeah, they surrendered in the show.
She still did it. She's worse than Hitler.
All the troops didn't lay down their arms, though. They were still resisting.
They literally threw down their weapons. That was a scene. I saw that scene.
They literally threw down their weapons and then picked them back up
Because they were being melted by horrible fire. I can't believe this is happening.
The city surrendered. She surrendered. What's she gonna do?
what
No, I don't
armies
surrender
left?
and then die.
She's got her Kingsguard.
She has
And
to
they
get
still
a
had-
mobile phone call from Cersei.
Okay, so she's got a Kingsguard, so let's burn all of the children.
That's not what I said.
But like, that's the thing. That's the action that she took that you're defending currently, no? When she burned the city.
I don't know if Daenerys heard the bells. John heard them, and we know that from the scene. But
She definitely.
She
heard
literally,
it.
people argue the bells sent her insane. That's what people actually argue.
I don't know how Bell would send somebody insane. That doesn't
I
make
agree
sense
with
at all.
you. I don't know how bells sent someone insane.
Unless that's the
Hey.
first time in her life she's heard a bell, which I find hard to believe.
What if you've never heard it? Hang on, that's. I really want to question that. Why would that send you insane if you'd never heard a bell before? Like, oh my god, what's that?
I'm just speculating.
Oh my
like, trying to
God,
come
what
up
is
with a
that? I gotta
reason why
kill
somebody
children.
would think that, but I mean, I don't know.
We're gonna have to explain this.
Oh
So-
my God. The fact that it's only half a
What's the
head
picture?
makes it
Is
doubly-
the half head, yeah. So, okay, Fringy Jay. All right, the first video from Tonald we watched was his channel trailer for his second channel. And he spends the first minute explaining that this is the channel he will upload his low standard content, which is pretty funny on its own. But we move on, and the video almost seems like it's going to end. You're like, oh, this is the natural end. It's like, no. He starts talking about how much he hates cooked carrots, not uncooked. Yes, he's actually he's okay with raw carrot. Uncooked carrot, however, Fuck him.
No, cooked carrot.
He's okay with raw carrot, but not uncooked carrot.
Yes.
No, he's okay with raw carrot, but he
I like
does
carrot
not,
sticks.
He does not like cooked
Yeah, we know
carrot.
you fucking
And he thinks it's like the bane of
Wow.
like the entire human race.
He hates it, and then he moves on to actually playing guitar, and it's ironically cool.
He's actually good at playing the guitar.
Why did you spell in your video Game of Thrones Season 8 story arcs like arc as in, like Noah's Ark?
That's how you spell the word arc.
You spelled it ARKS, but you're talking about story arcs though, right?
Correct.
Yeah, a story arc is not spelled with a K, it's spelled with a C.
Sure, that doesn't sound right.
It's hold on.
Fringy, I love you, man.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, according to Wikipedia, that's how it's spelled.
He's somewhere right of center and is using movie critique to push right-wing propaganda. I'm just muting myself because I can't control myself.
You'll be fine, MauLer. Hang in there. I'm doing it, so you can do it.
None of you guys have played Outer Worlds?
No.
No.
I feel like I don't need to know that you're not telling me the whole truth. This is what I mean. Like, I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you would agree with me if you played the game. Let me put it that way. I feel pretty confident of that.
That the only jokes in the game are anti-capitalist.
Gotta.
Oh, I mean, whatever. It's not that big of a
Oh
deal.
God, no. Oh God, no.
Okay. I think we'll all just be able to mute and Shad can take it.
Great.
I need this. Please, Shad, pick up the phone.
Who is Shad?
He's kind of an idiot. He thinks he knows shit about medieval stuff. I was going to see if he could talk.
We
to you.
like
It'd be
to humor him.
Here's the thing. They're all lying. He's your worst fucking nightmare, and I'm gonna love the next 5 minutes.
Why would you say that when he hasn't answered the call yet?
Your worst nightmare. Pick up the phone.
Hold on, can we?
He just wants to drag out the suspense.
I will agree that
I see the little
circumcision's
link
bad
you
though,
sent me.
so
Okay.
we've always got that.
Who are you voting for in the 2020
Versions
election?
of the word arc. Do what?
No, you're wrong, man. Sorry. Like, it's spelled arc with a C. Like, don't.
You saw? Yeah, you sent me the link. I saw it. I didn't know there was another version of the word. I thought it was just.
You mean like
spell.
Ark of the Covenant?
Everyone's got.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So everyone's got knowledge gaps.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Massive MauLer and the Gargantuan Gay.
Gargantuan Gay. Fabricated fortification of fire.
I like that Tonald is Gandalf.
The holy beast.
I like that. We're talking about Dumbledore. What the hell, Gandalf? What the fuck did that come from?
He looks Gandalf.
First Freudian to know this.
Yeah.
Shad, do you remember episode 3 of Game of Thrones season 8? Yes, the castle defense from the army of zombies. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, that one, absolutely. I do remember this.
I would like Remarkable Republican. What do you think of the defense of the castle? I'll let you start, and then I will be silent.
I think that the defense that Danny and John mounted was fundamentally sound based on medieval realism. They deployed the catapults forward so they'd have the maximum distance to fire at the approaching enemy. They were assuming the enemy would arrive by day. They sent the cavalry to charge because the cavalry needed space and momentum to be effective. So their opening moves were solid. They also divided their defenders between outside the castle walls and inside, so that we were defending all parts at all times. I don't see how they could have done much better than what they did. They also had their dragons doing close air support and looking out for the other dragons. So I feel like they mounted a pretty competent and respectable defense.
Do you know what castles are meant to be? Yeah,
Yeah, they're forts.
Also, cavalry. When is it preferable to use cavalry in open warfare?
100% of the time.
No. Battle of Agincourt, massive French cavalry charge got absolutely wiped out by English archers. There are many situations. No, there are many situations when cavalry is a terrible idea, and the situation when they were used in Game of Thrones is most definitely one of them.
Well, the dead didn't have archers though, so it's not Agincourt.
No. But see, the other situation, cavalry primarily is used for shock tactics, hopefully to try and break up a unit formation. And you want to get them to flee. If they don't flee and they storm the cavalry will be dead. And so after the first impact, if the infantry isn't breaking up, the cavalry needs to retreat. Otherwise, they're going to get mowed down. Now, with an army of the dead, do they retreat?
That I'm aware of.
No, the army of the dead don't retreat. And they were also outnumbered as well. The other time when you can use cavalry to just really mow down infantry is if you are outnumbering them in a large measure. You have a lot more cavalry, but even that's not a guaranteed thing. It always needs to be used with the right, reason and consideration and stuff like that. But in regards to the Game of Thrones situation, the cavalry was outnumbered and the undead won't retreat. And so sending them in is utter and complete suicide, especially looking at it from the historical lens of what cavalry is meant to do and when they're meant to be employed.
I just got sent this.
Can we officially officialed?
I mean, I would have gone with Garth Fringy, but Jesus, I don't know.
Garth Fringy.
I mean, I'm not going with that. Here's another Garfish meme.
Hey, Republican man, what did you think about the trebuchets being at the front of the lines? What do you think about that?
I think that gives you the maximum distance to bombard the enemy before they close with you, and so that's the best place to put them.
How long does it take to reload a trebuchet?
I would estimate around 30 seconds, somewhere around there.
30 seconds. And how long does it take to readjust where a trebuchet is being aimed at? Like in terms of the range, because the range is determined by the counterweight, and so the weights that you put in the counterweight on the trebuchet. Trebuchets were rarely ever used by a defending army historically. They were mostly always used by a besieging army, usually against fortifications, a castle. The main reason why? Castles don't move. Putting the trebuchets forward like that is just retarded. It was never done historically, and the fact that they did in the show was just stupid.
I love you, Shad.
But do we know with 100% certainty that trebuchets work the same way in Game of Thrones as they work in the world?
How would they work any differently?
They have
fantasy
But they're showing us a trebuchet. The assumption is
you got
trebuchet.
dragons, but like gravity works the same way in Game of Thrones.
It was a counterweight trebuchet. They showed it as a counterweight trebuchet with no deviation from the historical versions.
Do you remember what I said? Vader would sweat after realizing he's made his enemies that he kills more powerful than they could possibly imagine. He's like,
afraid of being struck by lightning.
So you said that the Code of Chivalry was subjective. So were the knights like some sort of postmodernist or something? I mean, 'cause that doesn't.
Postmodernists. Well, can you connect those dots for me?
What?
Where's your connection there? I'm
You said it was
genuinely interested.
I mean, because I thought chivalry was supposed to be an objective code of conduct, like kind of.
No. The big problem that you have is that you're assuming that all of Europe is like the same, and that they all believe the same things and all held the same code of conduct. I feel like you need a strategy guide for this country if you're a tourist.
Is it like
Google drop that?
I like the guy is like, do I be afraid or do I love? Like...
Drop bears. This actually. The drop bears are great.
You know that.
Oh my god! Hang on, the plot thickens. There's a bigger rib. Hang on, this is real. They're rescuing a bear from a tree.
Of course, it's real. It's not a Photoshop.
I just saw that and assumed it was like a meme or some shit.
It's a drop bear.
You think season 8 is the first time they deviated from the books? It's not.
I've never read the books, but I mean, this is the first time I've heard.
Did you know that the show is ahead of the books right now?
Yeah.
So they've definitely deviated from the books then, because the books don't exist.
Right, but I imagine they still have an outline to work from, and they're probably following it because they know how dedicated Game of Thrones fans are to keeping with
Yeah,
what
they
Martin
figured
wants.
that out really quick.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, just sorry. Your argument was how would they get away with it? They haven't got away with what they did do. Like they haven't.
Everybody's really pissed
Everybody's
off.
really annoyed at them.
Yeah, like season 8 is gonna go down in the annals of history as some of the worst,
possibly the
television
worst
ever.
media that ever fucking got shat onto our TV screens. Tonald referenced liquid heat. I'm not sure what that is. I think Gollum was killed by liquid heat.
Liquid. You can cook carrots with liquid heat.
You'd agree that it's not very well written, episode 3 of season 8 of Game of Thrones. What do you think?
I mean, I thought it was pretty well written.
But
Has Shadiversity changed your mind whatsoever?
I mean, he showed me that there are differences between real medieval war and Game of Thrones.
Can you tell me why those wouldn't apply to Game of Thrones?
Wow.
Well, I mean, I don't think it necessarily makes the story bad because the story is primarily about story arcs, which I guess you guys must not have watched a more recent video on story arcs because the point is
story arc spelled with a K. Yes, that video, right?
Sure. I mean, so okay, I spelled arc wrong. You got me on that, but
He has to ask him the episode 9 question.
I will do that. Okay. Remarkable Republican. Who do you think, and I'm going to rephrase this question because I don't exactly know how you feel about Star Wars. Who do you think is going to be the character that's treated the worst in terms of consistency in episode 9? Who do you think is the character that will fail to live up to who they are intrinsically with what we understand about them in episode 9, from what we understand? And this is based on absolutely anything. Who do you think?
Poe Dameron?
All right, that's fair. There you go. What's your reasoning for Poe Dameron out of curiosity?
I couldn't choose Kylo or Palpatine, but also they just made him... In the last episode, they kind of emasculated him. So I don't know what he's going to do now, but it won't be something that you would expect out of a fighter pilot. It'll probably be something really dumb.
You guys are weird.
You're from literally a make-believe country.
Everything's backwards here.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much. See you around.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, man.
Bye-bye.
I haven't had a headache that intense since the first time we covered Bob.
MauLer seconds from starting super chats. YouTube. Here's truck 1 out of 64. Good luck. I don't think we've ever had a Mr. Beam meme, have we?
Oh man,
maybe. They're few and far between.
Oh,
a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
This is when we were told in the video that it's truly George Lucas's fault that Luke was a coward. Oh, never get tired of those ones.
This is a good meme. Is this an EFAP meme or just like?
Well, I was gonna say how relevant this meme is, considering everything wonderful. Oh my god, I'm opening that link. Oh my god.
It worked perfectly.
We never even got to talk about the Martian theocracy.
Or the gay butler, or Tywin.
I think this is going to be an emote in the Discord server.
A sheep in wolf's clothing.
Or a wolf in wolf's clothing, either way.
Or a dude in wolf's clothing.
Yeah, alright, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Fuck you, Australian guy.
It was absolutely nothing like a sheep, so.
Yeah, but it's whatever. Alright.
I'm not stopping talking to all the EFAP related tisms and people. Like I'm just not going to be on Twitter or YouTube anymore. I'm just cutting those out because I don't feel like it's good for me mentally. I'm not gonna stop talking to MauLer Eggs, for Jay, Shad, and all of them. I'm still, I'm not cutting my friends out of my life.
Yeah, we gotta watch Avatar, right?
Yeah, and The Mandalorian.
No.
No, like honestly, it gets really, really bad. I think no, listen, you'll
Greg,
enjoy how bad it is.
Drags, this isn't making me want to watch
You
it
will
more.
enjoy how bad it is, just like you'll enjoy how terrible episode 9 is.
No,
Both of
I
which are
won't enjoy
coincidentally
that.
Star Wars.
No, the only thing I'm going to enjoy is ranting about it with other people that hate it as much as I do.
Hey, well,
And
that's
you
fun.
can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. Me and Rex do it weekly with Friggy and Battle. We all just fucking rant about how terrible it's gone.
You know, it's been fun. Really like all the fun memories I've had. And yeah, doing EFAP has been really fun too. But time to start doing something a little bit healthier for me.
Absolutely. And we've loved the time that you've given. And you can tell from chat, you got a lot of love there too. Thank you so much for everything. And we're all hoping that you get what you're looking for with whatever you choose to do next.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously this isn't goodbye from us because we're all gonna hang out with you still. I'm gonna make you watch more Buffy and Angel because it's great.
Yeah, I still got video game tisms to play and movies and shit to watch. I hope you guys all have continued success in everything you do, except for you, Fringy, because you haven't been doing much of anything. So, hold on. I say this endearingly because I want him to go back to doing things because he's a good content creator.
There might
Man,
be
I really
something
thought I was
for
going to be the
Christmas.
target of it.
There might be something for Christmas.
Oh my god.
Jingle bells, Fringy smells.
Well, I'll see you guys all around.
All right. I'll
See you around,
man.
Later, man.
Talk to you
Absolutely,
soon.
mate.
Toodle pip. Cheerio.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, my N-word.
I like how people are now saying, "Don't let Wolf down, Friggy. You made a promise." Now there's some fucking expectations. It'll be something real cool, I hope.
You're gonna
Alright,
review Cats, aren't you? You're gonna review Cats and you're gonna love it and tell us why.
Oh
it's...
shit!
Oh
Yeah,
my
Cats
God.
comes out in like 2 weeks. Yeah,
Cats, we could see that. That'll be our palate cleanser after episode 9.
What, really? I don't know if that's how that works.
Oh, finally. Oh, episode
Something
9's
that's
done.
just
Star
normal
Wars is
bad.
over. We can watch
Yeah.
Cats.
I'm going to make a further prediction. I think Luke is maybe flat out kind of trying to hide this stuff. I think there's a deliberate attempt to make the Jedi pass into myth. My prediction is that Luke will have deemed the Jedi and the Sith just too damn dangerous, more trouble than they're worth. He knows he's the last Jedi, he's gonna go into hiding, and I think he's perfectly willing to let the whole Force thing fall into myth. And that nobody in the galaxy is really sure that it's true anymore.
Roll out of the way, though.
What'd you bring me?